this. Just so I know. Yeah, 6 o'clock we're powered up. Video at line level. Anything else we should be looking at? That says, he says clip. Oh, he says he says
Replay. Channel is it even on it? Would we get a raw feed or would we get a?
It's gonna be a delay. It's gonna be a delayed feed, according to Chris.
The FS1? Yeah, probably, right? I would think it would be there.
Okay, we'll check it out.
See. What do you want to do for the match?
Please welcome your
John and Joe at Madison Square Garden, minutes away from the tip-off. It's Providence and St. John's here tonight. And MSG, time for our Midland Roofing Protect This House matchup of the game. You going to go inside for this one?
Yeah, I mean, the best player on the floor. Outside shooter than Josh is, but Fries probably go to Josh early. Maybe he can start working on Fries. This team is totally different.
And inside, where Joel Soriano could very well be a Player of the Year candidate in the Big East Conference. On the outside, as you mentioned earlier, some firepower. Danis Jenkins, who went with him from Iona, with Patino from Iona. R.J. Lewis, a transfer from UMass, who, which everybody says has real pro potential. Chris Ledlam, who's been sidelined with an ankle injury, is supposed to be able to play tonight for the transfer from Harvard. Jordan Dingle, two-time Ivy Player of the Year, coming off the bench. And Naheem Elaine, who was on that UConn national title team a year ago. There's a lot of firepower on that bench. We're also expecting tonight a little bit of a switch in the St. John's lineup is Brady Dunlap, who's a 6'7" true freshman out of Newhall, California. But he scored 25 points in the last couple of games for St. John's. A real good outside shooter. I think he's going to get the start tonight. Rick Pitino says the two best years in his coaching career were at Providence College back in '87 and '86. Think he can show a little mercy tonight?
Well, get after him early, you know. I mean, this team's playing really well. They're playing where they're supposed to play.
Right.
I don't have to worry about injuries either. I mean, the guys who are ready to play out there, they're up to the moment. They want to say great effort.
Starting lineups at the tip-off. Coming up next from Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
We ask that everyone please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. Here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Adeline Santos.
Oh, say, can you see my lonely light? Once so proudly we held, and the words last week, whose blood stripes and breaks down.
love saying it every time we get the chance. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in New York City, it is Big East basketball. And tonight, it's the Providence Friars and the St. John's Red Storm. I get number one, John Rooke with Joe Hassett. Both teams 11-4 overall. Friars, though, 2-2 in Big East play, having lost the last 2 times out on the road at Creighton on Saturday, and we lost to Seton Hall last Wednesday as well a week ago. St. John's 11-4, but 3-1 in the Big East, winning on the road Saturday at Villanova, 81-71. Bigger game perhaps for the Friars because it is a road game, and Friars always needing the opportunity to try to match up on the road and get teams that could be right there with them come postseason time.
New York, 0 ticket game. Forward 6'9", a graduate student from Gainesville, Virginia.
Starting lineups presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island for St. John's under Rick Pitino in his first year at St. John's. First coach to ever take 3 schools to the Final Four, won a couple of national championships as we know, and led the Friars to the Final Four back in 1987. This is how the Johnnies will line up for him tonight. Joel Soriano, 6'11" grad transfer from Fordham out of Yonkers, 17 points and 10 rebounds per game. Preseason first team All Big East, and a definite player of the year candidate. Danis Jenkins, 6'4" graduate transfer from Iona out of Dallas, Texas, averaging just under 13 points, 6 assists per game, shooting 26% from the arc. R.J. Lewis, 6'7" sophomore out of Miami, transferred from UMass, 11.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds. They'll also start Naheem Elaine, 6'4" graduate from Beaufort, Georgia, was on the UConn national title team a year ago, 7 points, 2 rebounds, and a 37% three-point shooter. Brady Dunlap, 6'7" freshman, Newhall, California, 5 points, 2 rebounds, a 39% shooter from threes. Soriano, Jenkins, Lewis, Elaine, and Dunlap, the starting 5 tonight for St. John's. For the Friars, same lineup that they went with on Saturday at Creighton. In the backcourt, Jaden Pierre at 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Will be joined by Corey Floyd. Corey Floyd averaging just under 4 points and just over a couple of rebounds per game. And he's one of the Friars really need some offensive input from. Ticket Gaines on the wing at 8 points and 4 rebounds as well, shooting 35% from 3. Joshua Durrell, leading rebounder on this team, second leading rebounder on this team, averaging 14.7 points and just about 7 rebounds per game. And then Devin Carter, right now leading the Friars in scoring and in rebounding, almost 17 points, over 8 rebounds per game. Joe, you know he's going to be the focal point of St. John's defense. So Carter, Duro, Gaines, Pierre, and Floyd for the second consecutive game for the Friars against Soriano, Jenkins, Lewis, Elaine, and Dunlap for St. John's tonight. Friars are dressed in the road blacks, white numerals, white lettering, black and white trim on the sides of the all-black road unis. St. John's wearing the home whites tonight, red lettering, red numerals, dark blue and red trim on the side of the home white uniforms here tonight. This is the 123rd meeting all-time between the two schools. Friars trail the series, 65 wins for St. John, 57 for Providence. But the Friars have won 8 of the last 10 times they have played against the Johnnies here at Madison Square Garden.
And your head coach, leading our score this first season, Oliver They are your St. John's Red Storm.
Big East officiating crew tonight, Matt Potter, Evan Burrows, and Doug Shows. First time we've seen Shows, and only, I think, the second time we've seen Burrows and Potter this year. So to be determined whether or not anybody will endear themselves to Joe Hassett. You need your specs, you need your glasses. For the Friars, it'll be Josh Oduro out front, along the jump in the center circle against Joel Soriano. Friars will go right to left on the radio here in half number one. St. John's will go left to right as we pick the television cameras to join us here. Providence lost here 73-68. Last February the 11th at Madison Square Garden. Beat the Johnnies 83-80 last year on January the 7th at the end. They've won 8 of the last 12 in New York City, including Carnesecca overall against St. John's, and 14 of the last 20. The Friars have had some success in recent years, would like to replicate that here tonight. There's the opening tap, double tapped into the backcourt, taken by the Johnnies. And St. John's moving basket to our right. We are underway here in half number one at the Garden. Top of the key with it is Soriano. Friars open up an man-to-man. Elaine guarded by Jaden Pierre. Handoff to Soriano. Elaine curls to the right. Back to Soriano on the high post. At the foul line, gives it to Dunlap. He gets around Corey Floyd, fires the jumper and scores.
Don't worry about taking threes. If they have a good shot, they're going to take it.
So Grady Dunlap gets them on the board. Friars take it again, basket to our left in half number one. Jaden Pierre sets it up between the circles. Johnny's in a man-to-man defense to open up as well. Pierre begins to make his move. High screen set, rolls to the left. Outside the three-point stripe, circles back to the right. Devin Carter gets it, penetrates, goes up with a fadeaway jumper in the lane. No good, and the rebound is controlled by St. John's. Lewis, three-pointer left wing, good! Danis Jenkins nails the three off transition, and St. John's with a quick 5-0 lead. Left side for Corey Floyd. He drives to the top of the key with it, backs it out between the circles again. Now he'll feed the high post for Josh Oduro. Oduro, couple of dribbles, turns and looks. Soriano comes out to match it. Now for Pierre, curls around the screen to the right, rolls down the lane, stops, kicks the ball back out. Floyd wide open for three, short. And the rebound for Elaine. Now Elaine into the forecourt up the left sideline toward the Friar bench, feeds the post to Soriano. Backs his way in on Oduro, spins up and inside, and a travel is called on Soriano.
Oduro keep position, but also Gaines came in from the corner to help out on that one. What's the turnover?
Friars will get it on the turnover by St. John's. And the Red Storm, he tried to run out of bounds, and Corey Floyd turns the ball over because the shot wasn't made. You can't run out of bounds. You got to keep your feet set, and he moved.
Most of the time, officials tell you can't move. Doug Schaus gave him the ball and didn't say anything about it.
Well, that is a cheap turnover indeed, and St. John's puts the ball back into play. Up high with it, Soriano, hands off for Elaine. You'd think that would be a basic call that guys would remember, but in the heat of battle, apparently not. Elaine, top of the key now for Soriano. Hands off, Dunlap, scoots to the left, fires up another jumper. It's a deep two with his foot on the line. But he's hit 2 of 2, and the Red Storm are out to a 7-0 lead. Corey Floyd's got his hands full. They're going to have to lift this guy. He's going to have to get on him. Pierre comes to the right wing for Carter. Carter feeds the post. Oduro slips right through his legs and goes almost out of bounds, but saved by Luis. So the Friars, unfortunately, have turned it over a couple of times. Lewis drives, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound pops out to Dunlap. Goes right up from 17 and buries. Doesn't look like it. Kim English calls a timeout. 17:27 to go in the first half. And St. John's has scored the first 9 points of the game. Reminiscent of what happened to the Friars against, Creighton to start the second half and against Oklahoma to start the first half. three. Jenkins has hit the three-pointer as well. They may have to switch up some defensive assignments if, they already have. Garway Duval checks into the game. Of course, hurt his right shoulder in the loss to Creighton on Saturday. Told me last night he was ready to play. Coach English said before the game, we're going to play him. So he's in there now. We'll probably draw the defensive assignment here on Dunlap early. Friars look to inbound against full court pressure. And the handoff there, double team, but back underneath now. Into the forecourt is Ticket Gaines, who touches it for the first time. Pierre now handles it near the mid-floor circle.
It's a matchup zone by St. John's City. All on the three-point line, trading guys off when they cut.
Pierre now has it left side, moves to the top of the key. Left wing for Gaines, left corner. Carter does not get the three off against Dunlap. Will penetrate into the lane, rolls to the basket. Stutter step, travel.
They have a drill where they drive to the basket and try to throw it off the threes, but St. John's is sitting on that three-pointer.
Matchup zone, as you said. So the Red Storm get it on the third Friar turnover already. And we're just 3 minutes deep into the game. Driving is Jenkins, lays it up, missed it, rolls off the rim. Carter with the rebound. Carter on the break. Carter up the middle of the floor, angles to the near side left. Back out front now for Duval. Leaves it off for Oduro on the high post. He spins to the left. Wants to back his way into the lane. Does so against Soriano. They double on him. Out front for Duval. Kicks it right for Pierre. He moves up for a 16-footer and hits.
You get that wide open look, Jaden Pierre, that's a good sign. Knock that shoulder down. Again, he has to look for a shot a little bit more.
Friars get on the board. 3.5 minutes into the ball game. 9-2 St. John's. Elaine leaves out front. Jenkins brings the ball to the right. Has a double team there. Now moves to the left. Gets inside the foul line. Pass is knocked away by Oduro and picked up by Pierre. Pierre got fouled as the Friars had a break the other way with Ticket Gaines. But the foul is called on St. John's. Called it. R.J. Lewis picks up the foul.
First team foul.
The ability to storm here so far. St. John's team, they shoot the ball right side, getting a lot of good looks.
So the Friars get the ball back as Pierre has it left at the top of the key. Feeds the foul line. Left corner. Carter fakes the three. Kicks the ball back out for Pierre. Why is he not shooting when he's open? He goes right to the rim, and he blows the layup. Just blew the wide open layup from the left side with the right hand. Here's Naheem Elaine tried to go up with the ball, got it blocked. Friars come up with a loose ball. Here's Pierre again up the left sideline. Leaves it off for Carter. Back to Pierre. Open. Penetrates. Top of the key. Ticket for three. Got it.
Pierre right there. Pass up the jumper. Drove into the defense. Finds Ticket Gaines over for the throw.
Ticket hitting 35% from three on the season. Friars back within 4. Dunlap hands off to Elaine, who moves it out near the mid-floor circle on Duval. Now gets a screen, throws up the left-handed jumper and scores for 15.
He's left-handed by Duval that time, just didn't recover in time.
St. John's is a decent shooting team. They're at about 45%, but not lights out. They're doing it now. There's a behind-the-back feed from Duval to Oduro, and he wasn't ready for it. St. John's with a steal. Up the floor. Jenkins. Inside. They get it to R.J. Lewis. He gets it down, puts it down, and it's 13-5 as the Friars bring it back the other way. They've scored 4 unanswered after the Friars had scored 5 straight. Pierre comes off the screen to the top of the key, works his way on a lane to the right flat, leaves it off on the wing for Gaines. Gaines drives on Dunlap, curls around him, puts it off the glass, and there's a goal in. Nope. I believe they called a foul. We're on the opposite side of the floor. I think it's a hook. So a hooking foul called on Gaines, an offensive foul, and we're at our first official timeout. The Friars find themselves in a 13-5 hole from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Fans, make sure you get to your seats extra early this season for your chance to get your seats upgraded as well. Also, fans, make sure you check out tonight's game sponsor, He Gets Us, at HeGetsUs.com to learn more.
Super Coffee is proud to be the official coffee of St. John's Athletics. Fans at this time, please direct your attention to Garden Vision for today's Super Coffee Super Playing Highlights.
Yeah.
Now let's give a warm welcome to the St. John's University cheer team and the Puck Band.
Thank you. Not that I heard. Providence College basketball is brought to you in part by Dave's Marketplace. Our fresh take of the game.
Put the ball in there. I don't think there's anything fresh about that.
Fans, your attention, please. During the timeout, there was an official review.
One of the Brady Dunlap jumpers has been ruled a three-pointer. So the score is actually 14-5, and the Flyers are back down. So it is St. John's with the basketball in the 9-point lead into the ball game. Sean Conway, a graduate guard from VMI, who graduated from there, is in the game at one of the off guards. Back out front now is Danish Jenkins. Jenkins going to go up with a deep 25-footer and bury it. These guys just can't miss. They've hit 3 threes already, and they're up 17-5 as we dip under 14 minutes to play in the first half. Garway Duval has it now on the right side for Devin Carter. Carter has only taken one shot this far. Now for Duval off the top of the key, works to the left. St. John's basically in a man. Up high with it again is Pierre. Shot clock is down to 2, down to 1. Pierre steps back, got the foul shot blocked and fouled. Oh, my goodness. And it was Sean Conway who reached up and fouled him at the last moment, and the Friars get a break.
Except the cheap one right there. Shot clock was down to 1. Good job by Pierre going to get the ball and beat his man and take the shot. Jumper up there. He's going to get 3 shots and then not. Get to the line.
It's 2, so he was inside the line. So Pierre will shoot a couple. And Jaden misses his first free throw of the season after starting the year 19 for 19 from the foul line. I kind of feel like it's that kind of night, don't you? Chris Ledlam, the Harvard transfer, has been battling some injuries as well. He comes into the game for the first time, and Pierre misses them both. 19 in a row to start the season, and he goes 0 for 2. And St. John's with the ball and a 12-point lead. Yikes. Dunlap tops it off the right side, again for Jenkins. Back to Dunlap on the right sideline. Dunlap guarded by Pierre. Gives the ball back here for Jordan Dingle, the Penn transfer who is in the game. Back to Conway. Now it is Dingle who steps back at the foul line. Wanted to get the shot off, but can't. Out to Jenkins, and he's going to throw up a 30-footer. That one's off the rim, no good, and an offensive rebound for Ledlam. Back out front, another three-pointer is up, and it's good by Jordan Dingle. My goodness. 20-5. Double team in the backcourt. And Duval brings it across the midfield line at the top of the key, steps back, guarded there by Dingle, works to the left, cuts back to the right. Castro in the game for the Friars. Hands off for Ticket Gaines. Gaines works to the right, stops, hands off again for Duval. Down to 6, down to 5. Duval top of the key for Carter with 3, with 2, leans in, put up the shot and got it blocked and fouled with 1.4 on the shot clock.
And starting at number 30, Sean Conway. The second with 13 fouls.
And again, Sean Conway is the guilty party. So he picks up 2 fouls in just a little over a minute for St. John's. Third team foul on the Red Storm. It will put Devin Carter in a chance to score for the first time tonight. Devin's only a 68% foul shooter, and he misses. The Friars are 0 for 3 to start the game at the free throw line. I'm not sure it can go any worse. Duval comes out, Floyd comes in, Oduro comes back in, and Castro goes out. Devin leads the Friars at 16.9 points per game. And his second try is here and good. The Friars finally hit a free throw. My goodness. That stops now an 11-0 run. The ball goes over to the left wing, out of bounds, off of the hands of Dunlap. But the Friars are going to get it on a cheap turnover.
Pass, and Dunlap is going to go back door and throw him where it was. That was a cheap turnover by St. John's.
20-6 is the score. St. John shooting lights out. Carter turns for a 3. Left wing can't get it. Long rebound chased down by Oduro. Chases it down in the middle of the floor. Kicks it off to the right side for Pierre. Gets around his man. Penetrates down low. Back out front. Finds Carter right. Drives down the lane. Gets the shot blocked out of bounds. And a foul is called on Zuby Ejiofor, the transfer from Kansas. 6'9" sophomore out of Garland, Texas. Commits the foul and will put him at the foul line after the timeout. 11:58 to go in the first half. All St. John's thus far, 20-6. Probably this is Providence Friar basketball.
As we honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Let's remember his words as challenges. Let's consider the impact of our actions.
Which is drafting more than just champions in sports.
But also to be champions in the pursuit of justice and equality. The time is always right.
Time is always right to do it.
And that time
It's not.
All right, friends, it's time for our shooting challenge. Please welcome my contestants today, my boy ZQ, who have 30 seconds to make a free throw, a layup, and a three-pointer. And if you do, you have to go home with a t-shirt or some local moves. ZQ, you ready? On your mark, get set, go! See what you got. On the wrist roll. No, on the wrist. 20 seconds left on the clock. You gotta get down and get right there, yeah? That's it. 15 seconds left on the clock. 16, come on, get it. 10 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. No more than time. All right, if you did not succeed, but don't worry, you're going home with a high five. Stay on athletics.
John and Joe back at Madison Square Garden. Friar basketball brought to you in part by Finetco, a family of lumberyard. Right now, it is all Red Storm in this one with a 20-6 lead. They scored the first 9 points of the game. Friars scored 5 to pull within 4. And then St. John's ripped off 11 straight after that. there are some common opponents between these two teams. They have both played Sacred Heart. Both teams have wins over Sacred Heart. Best wins, I think, probably for St. John's this year. They beat North Texas, who won the NIT a year ago. They won on the road in West Virginia. They got a win against Xavier, and they got a win against football before they beat Villanova at Villanova this past Saturday.
Yeah, they struggled early on in the year. They got blown out by Michigan in the Garden. They lost to Dayton. They lost to Boston College. So, I mean, they've had a tough time early on in the year trying to figure out all these transfers. After 10 of them. And it's starting to mesh now as a team. They've been growing pretty good, and they're probably getting ranked in the top 25 pretty soon.
And Devin Carter clanked one up, but the second one was good, so he's hit 2 out of 4 from the foul line. The Friars just 2 for 6 to start the game. It's 20-7 with 11:54 to go in the first half. Defense has got to start somewhere. That seems to be the major issue. Simeon Welcher, 6'4" freshman guard of the game for St. John's. Dunlap, another freshman, has it on the left wing, up at the high post for Ejiofor. Ejiofor hands off. Jordan Dingle, the Penn transfer, gets off a 16-footer. No. There's Carter with a rebound. Friars have a 3-on-2. Carter angles to the middle, fires off a deep three, can't get it. Rebound is taken by Ledlam under the basket. Now Ledlam back up the floor, finds Wilcher, the freshman. Hands off, catch and shoot. Dunlap, no, off the back. And the rebound again for Carter. Here's Pierre trying to run, scoops it up at the hoop, and he puts it in.
Give it up a little bit now.
4 for Pierre. Friars down by 11. Wilcher has it top of the key. Ejiofor high post. Turns, looks left. He's going to fire off a 3. In and out. There's a rebound for Corey Floyd. Floyd now has the dribble up the right side of the forecourt to our left. Gaines fakes the 3 on the wing. Dumps it off to Oduro. Oduro spins to the left, spins back to the right on Ejiofor, who keeps his ground. He comes cross court. Pierre gets penetration. Gets down to the left block. Works inside. Kicks it through. Open 3 for Oduro is no good. Carter offensive rebound. He goes up, fakes it, can't get it, but he draws a foul.
Good job by Carter on the rebounds. He's it's the rebound and the pump fakes it. Gets his big guys off the floor and gets himself to the line. He gets on making the free throws. Friars not doing very well.
2 for 6. That foul was called on Chris Ledlam underneath, and so it's going to put Carter right back in the line. He's hit 2 of the 4. Jaden Pierre has the other 2 misses here early. And Carter switches the first one.
Entering the game for Providence, number 10, Rich Bauer. Replaces Pierre.
Nipping away at this lead by St. John's.
Ledlam's first foul. That's already 5 on the Red Storm in the half. Second shot is good. So Carter got all of his points at the foul line. He's got 4. Friars are down 20-11, 10:34 in the first half. And with it is Wilcher in the backcourt, picked up by Carter in the mid-floor circle. Ball is poked away. Carter comes up with a steal, took it from it, drives and slams it home. A little life left there, and Ejiofor just set a pick on him in the backcourt, and the jumper is good there by Wilcher, and Carter is still down on the floor in the backcourt because Ejiofor just hammered him with a screen.
Everybody was screening there when John
Has to yell.
That's the top. Nobody was back there to help Carter. He's going to let Carter know that there's a screen coming.
So Wilcher gets credit for the deuce, his first basket of the game. That makes it 22-13. And then the officials call the timeout here to allow Carter the chance to get up and have his team come out and help him up to the floor because he was down in the backcourt. That was a huge pick set there by Zuby Ejiofor. That's almost what happened right there. Friars will inbound it now. And what do we have stopping? Evan Burrows, the official, stopping it on the left side. I'm not sure what we're doing here. Friars are going to take advantage, though. We're going to bring Garway back into the game. Oh. Him out of the game, but he's got to stay out. Carter has to stay out. One possession. So Duval comes in for Carter. Inbounds from Gaines in the backcourt to Duval. He'll bring the ball up against Jordan Dingle. Friars down 9. We got 10 minutes to play in the first half here at Madison Square Garden. Between the circles with it, pushes off to the right side. Floyd bobbles it, picks it up, penetrates in the lane, kicks the ball off, in and out of the hands of Oduro in the right block. He circles back to the left against a double team, looks to feed the ball off, loses it, goes to the floor, saves it, finds it to Floyd, who stumbles to the floor, and a reach-in foul called on St. John's.
Red score foul starting to number 7, Simeon Wilcher. The first 16 foul. Devin Carter replaces Floyd Jr.
So the foul on St. John's is their 6th team foul. Friars will inbound it, and they get a fresh 20 on the shot clock with the baseline right of the basket. Duval bounces, gets away from Oduro, loose on the floor. Dunlap saves it up the floor for Dingle. Dingle then gets it stolen back by Oduro under the basket. For the foul, the Friars with it. Left wing is Barron, who just came into the game, and he missed the 3 from the left side, and St. John's with the rebound.
He makes the first shot when he comes in the ball game. They had a good look.
Now back the other way is Dingle to the top of the key, cuts to the right, drives the lane, throws up the runner, and scores.
Jordan Dingle!
In the Ivy League, he was starting lineup 11 times.
Makes it 24-13, back to 11-point lead. Gaines down the lane, gets the ball tipped away, loses it, picked up by Duval out near the midcourt circle, which St. John's does a good job of grabbing and stealing. Left wing, Barron drives the baseline, tries to wrap her, and got it blocked from behind. Dunlap comes up with the ball for St. John's and drives inside, lost it. And a reach-in foul call on Duval. Knocked it out of bounds. Dunlap comes out for St. John's.
So what St. John's does with that press is they but you get open looks. You got to take those shots. Like Gaines came down the middle that time against the press. He's wide open at the foul line. Pull up and take that jump.
Lane into the game, inbounds it from in front of the Friar bench on the far side. Top of the key, Dingle for 3. Nope. And the ball is tipped up, and it will be Oduro. No, over the back.
Foul on Josh. Number 13, Josh Oduro.
And that is just the second foul on the Friars here with 8:45 to go in the half. It's a weakness that St. John's has.
Edgerford.
Davis Jenkins returns for the red score. Replacing Dingle.
Well, we weren't sure about R.J. Lewis's status. He's been fighting shin splints all year. Inbounds comes now in the left corner, driving to the baseline. Kicking the ball back outside is Jenkins, who's back into the game. Jenkins now has it off the top of the key to the left. He feeds the post to Edgerford, who spins on the inside, and then lost the ball out of bounds. It'll be a turnover.
There's a liability on the offense. I can move here when Soriano's on the bench. He's on 24-13. St. John's playing great basketball. He just gets some offensive spurts coming right there. Get back in the game.
And that would be the issue that we talked about beforehand. Got to find some offense. Learned a little bit about that against Creighton on Saturday.
There's a guy who's got to look for a little bit more offenses.
Pierre.
Yeah,
now for Duval, top of the key, slides to the left, feeds Oduro, goes down the lane, and he hammers it.
Very good passing, anticipated, nice bounce passing traffic. Took the pass to get your hand on it. Oduro finishes it off.
First basket for Josh Oduro in the game. Friars back within 9. We're coming up on 8 minutes to play in the first half. Up high is Ledlam. Ledlam takes it to the right side. A handoff there for Wilcher. Now mid-floor circle for Jenkins. Off a screen, rolls to the left, gets to the free throw line, scoots through the lane, kicks it through on the right wing, looks to the post. On the free throw line, a lane jumper, an air ball, saved by Ledlam, and the ball is stolen by Carter, who's back into the game. Carter crosses over. He drives on Wilcher, puts it up off the right side, bounces twice, comes out. Rebound for Oduro, tries to go up with it, and a held ball.
This is the medium timeout.
Good activity by the Friars. They're battling back in this one.
Friars will have the possession. When we come back after the timeout with 7:38 to play in the first half, St. John's leads at 24-15. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Campus North Midgard to 3 lucky fans. Tim Jordan, Market Vision, where this dance goes.
Yeah.
The St. John's University Campus North has all your Red Storm jerseys with sweatshirts, jerseys,
Yeah, right.
coffee mugs, and more. Enter now.
This guy's bigger than
All right, fans, we're going to have some fun here in the garden tonight. It is karaoke can time. So when you hear the song and you see yourself in the big door, you better sing along.
Yeah. The Hot Potato Food Truck, proud partner of PC Athletics. For your next event, call the Hot Potato Food Truck at 401-919-3009. I think potentially another thing to worry about when you get all practicing again is to figure out a way to avoid the slow start because it's been killing the last 2 games. Early shots. Friars lead the Big East in field goal percentage defense, limiting opponents to this 38% of the season. And their overall defensive efficiency is 5th in the nation. There's the inbounds to Oduro from the baseline. Turnaround jump hook is good. Goes right to work on Joel Soriano, who's back into the game, and the Friars are back within 7. Wiltshire has it on the high post to Soriano, turns and looks, basket to our right here in the first half. On the right wing for Ledlam, he's going to drive inside, turn around on Ticket, banks it up and puts it in. First basket for Ledlam, the Hartford transfer, averaging 11 points per game, and it's 26-17. Pierre has it off the top of the key, off a screen, rolls to the left, goes down the line, got it tipped out of bounds from behind. The Friars will keep it with 15 to shoot.
Returning to the red star number 40.
Dunlap back in, R.J. Lewis back in. They are a deeper team, but it has taken them a while to figure out the rotation. Inbounds to Carter in the right corner. Works his way down to the right elbow outside the stripe. Now back out front for Pierre. 7 to shoot. Pierre has the screen, drives right, feeds Oduro in the paint, kicks it up. A wide open 3 for Duval is no good, and the rebound loose. Picked up by Gaines, and he scores.
Shot by Gaines and Oduro. Oduro couldn't get that in the shot, but he kept it alive. Gaines picked up the loose one and finished it off.
5 for Ticket. Friars back within 7. 6:28 on the first half clock. Danis Jenkins now has between the circles. Up high for Dunlap. Guarded there by Duval. Goes to the left wing again for Jenkins. Comes to the right wing. Elaine gets an open look at 3. No. Long rebound chase down, and there's Lewis with a reverse layup and a foul. 4 for the UMass transfer. 10 transfer players on this St. John's roster. Unprecedented, and right now they've got a 9-point lead. Pierre has it on the left sideline. Bounces to the high post for Oduro. Josh turns and looks, wants to go right. looking that way. Hands off for Carter, fakes the three, scoots to the left. They switch on him defensively, lobs it back out front for Pierre with 4 to shoot. With 3 to shoot, goes right to the rim. Reverse layup, it comes in and out. It went halfway down and popped out again. St. John's grabs the rebound. Jenkins drives with a big jump step, and he scores from the right side.
Finishes with the left, and he goes left and pulls up for the jump shot.
8 for Jenkins, and it's back to an 11-point lead. Ticket, three-pointer left wing, in and out, won't go. Rebound Soriano for St. John's, pushes up the floor to the right side for Elaine. Elaine looks for penetration on the right sideline, backs it up high now for Soriano. Looks for the back door, not there, hands off for Dunlap. Dunlap out to the left side against Duval. They find Jenkins off the top. He gets around Carter, squeezed to the lane, got tipped away. Jenkins gets it back. 15-footer is short. Rebound right to Lewis, who drives inside, banks it up. No good. Rebound tapped again. And finally, Oduro grabs it. Long pass into the forecourt. Carter behind the defense lays it in.
Great pass. Oduro gets that rebound in traffic over the head pass. Lead pass right into the car. He's looking back a little bit there. He's okay.
8 for Carter in the game. Friars back within 9, 4:33 and counting down to the first half. Matchup zone of their own. I'm just going to say they've slowed down the pace. Lewis, the middle of the floor, to the right wing for Elaine. Elaine looks at that matchup, stops, goes left. Deep 3 for Jenkins on the way. That's his own bust. 11 for Jenkins, who averages 12.8 per game, and he's only a 25% three-point shooter. Carter, trouble on the halfway line. Oduro lobs it to Pierre, who has a 6-foot bunny, and he scores.
Nice finish by Pierre. That's a tough shot, that little 8-footer on the baseline. Man. You don't even practice that one much.
He's got 6. Friars down 10, 3:50 on the clock. Seems like they're just trading baskets. Friars can't get any closer than about 9 in this game. Jenkins. Middle of the floor for Jenkins. Jenkins stops, goes left. Elaine gets off a deep 3, in and out, and a rebound for Gaines. That one was halfway down. Gaines to the right side for Pierre. Pierre crosses over, looks for penetration, backs it out to Oduro on the high post. Oduro 2 dribbles left, a handoff for Carter. Carter's got Dunlap guarding him. Maybe a mismatch. Pick and roll opportunity. On the floor, Oduro got it knocked away from behind, and St. John's couldn't hold it and run out of
So don't try to dribble out of that one. Catch the ball.
Timeout on the floor with 3:13 to go in the half. St. John's 33, Providence 23. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
Never has there been a time in my entire coaching career where you, fans, loyal supporters, can directly impact the product on the floor. In this ever-changing landscape, we need your support. Both store marketing and flat top funding continue to help improve the deal and create a positive experience for our players. Please consider learning more and supporting our NIL efforts today by visiting storemarketingnewyork.com and flattopfund.com.
Let's go cover. Let's go do it, right?
Because I've been such a heart that anything to me. I would have to hold my breath, keep it down on my knees. Cause I don't want to hold you when I'm looking good to me.
Some Dua Lipa.
All right, kids, it's time for our Stop NYC t-shirts off. And we're ready for the loud dance to get up on your seat. Hey, stop, noise!
John and Joe at Madison Square Garden in New York.
All right, John fans.
And the Friars still down 33-23 in this one with 3 minutes, 13 seconds still to play.
I love your t-shirt. Rest on my country. Make some noise!
St. John's out-rebounding their opponents by about 7.5 boards per game. Friars out-rebound their opponents by about 4 rebounds per game coming in this one. It was a little better margin when Bryce Hopkins was available. Obviously, Hopkins went down a week ago tonight with the ACL knee injury against Seton Hall that will keep him out for the remainder of the year, which is sort of the story within the story. The Friars just don't have a lot of time to figure out what they're going to do with this team and how best they can present themselves to remain competitive in one of the toughest leagues in the country.
Taking no shots and has 2 rebounds, and he's their leading scorer.
Friars looking for the inbound for the baseline with 11 to shoot. Pierre is going to lob it out to Richard Barron, who pulls it away from Dunlap. Barron drives to the foul line, back out front for Oduro. Now comes left for Floyd. Floyd drives to the right again, picked up there by Dunlap, cuts back left, spins inside, banks it up, can't get it. Rebound underneath for Oduro. On the offensive glass, 1-on-2. He's boxed in trouble, dribbles out of trouble. He finds Floyd on the wing. Floyd then has his hand picked by Lewis. Lewis has it the other way, crosses over, lays it up. He doesn't get it, but he's fouled by Rich Barron.
Lewis.
First 13 foul.
Looked like he had actually his advantage when he crossed over and penetrated. Was going to take it right to the rim and either lay it up or jam it, but then he just bobbled the ball, and then Lewis picked him from behind. Then Lewis gets fouled on the other end by Barron. First on Rich, just the 3rd foul on the Friars here in the first half.
Great rebound by Oduro in traffic. 3 St. John's guys. He's in there by himself getting rebounds.
So St. John's to the line for the first time tonight. R.J. Lewis hits the first one. He's 77% on the season from the line. St. John's as a team is 71% shooting free throws.
It's a deep St. John's lineup. Again, I mentioned that the practices must be pretty good because you got to play well in practice, get some playing time in this school.
Second one's no good. Oduro gets the rebound. Right now, no Devin Carter out on the floor for the Friars. Took that huge screen block from Ejiofor earlier. Here's Pierre driving the lane and then throws the ball away. Tried to flip it back out to Duval. It goes over his head and out of bounds on the near side.
Duval moved to a different spot when Pierre drew the defense.
That's score ball.
He was going to be in one spot. He had a line pass there and Duval was moving. Threw the ball out of bounds. You know that Carter in there now. Pierre's got to look for a shot a little bit more and games.
Back with the ball is a Lane on the left wing. Up front for Jenkins, comes off the screen to the top of the key, swings it back to a lane in front of the Friar bench. Jenkins up high for Lewis. Lewis going to drive on Pierre. Pierre bats it away. Lewis picks the dribble up with 8 to shoot, going to penetrate on him, stumbles to the floor, and then a foul is called by Doug Schaus on Jaden Pierre.
Number 1, Jaden Pierre. His first 14 foul.
He had good position, and Lewis had the ball, didn't give it to him. He had on the baseline, upset that he didn't get the ball. He should get the ball in that situation with the ball.
Inbounds comes from the right side on Pierre's first foul to Dunlap. Guarded there by Barron. Barron's all over it. Dunlap feeds the post to Soriano. Soriano on the right side. Fronts, jumps over Oduro. And his first basket, averaging 17.3 per game. St. John's back up by 13. Here's Tickett in transition. Goes to the basket, threw it up in the basket as he got knocked to the floor by Danis Jenkins. And that's going to be a 1-and-1, I believe. As it is the 17th foul on St. John's, and it'll put Gaines at the line.
17th foul. Providence centers a single bonus.
St. John gambles in the backcourt and push the ball up, maybe play a little faster than you'd like to play, and then they come from behind and try to steal it, take it to a teammate, and take off down the other end. You want the activity to be frenetic out there. So you have to make sure when you get fouled, you got to make them pay for making a free throw. And you got to attack that defense.
Chris Sutton returns to the right score.
Pull it out. You don't attack it to score. Guys like to play a fast pace. Play the pace.
Places Lewis Jr.
So Gaines will go to the line and shoot here.
At the line, shooting 1-and-1.
1-and-1. Basket to our left on the season. As he misses the free throw, offensive rebound for Oduro, though, on the left flat. Gives it back. Three-pointer left wing is an air ball for Gaines.
Oh, my. Oduro's having a good day, man. His rebound is basketball. Shot opportunities have to make them.
Tickett 68% from the line. Can't convert. Can't hit the three either. Feed into the post. Left side working in. Soriano put it up short. Good defense by Oduro. Gaines grabs the rebound.
Girl's not going to give up any ground against Soriano. Two about the same size.
Duval on the right sideline, high post. Oduro now finds Pierre, comes off the screen. Deep three on the way for Jaden. Bang!
Jaden Pierre, 43.
He's a point guard, and I get it. He wants to get everybody involved, but when you need some points, you can take over and take some points too.
Jaden shooting from three, 42% of the season.
What's wrong with that?
36-26 the score. We're under a minute to play in the first half. With it right, Dingle penetrates right, gets inside, fadeaway, bank shot, good over Duval.
Dingle!
Pass by Duval into the forecourt for Pierre. Friars have it. Deep three, Pierre. 2 in a row for Jaden.
Pierre, 43.
12 first half points for Jaden Pierre. Friars back within 9. St. John's could play for the final one if they wish it. About 4 seconds difference between the two clocks. Left wing for Dunlap. High post Soriano. A handoff there for Dingle. Curls to the left. Rolls down the left sideline with a left hand bank shot. Good for Dingle again.
Dingle!
Friars have it in the forecourt with 8 seconds left. On the right sideline is Pierre with 6. With 5, Pierre still out near the mid-court circle with 3. Down with 2, down with 1. Penetrates, steps back, jumper up at the buzzer, short.
At the end of the first half, the score for St. John's West 440.
Can't imagine giving up 40 points in the first half to St. John's is anything close to what Kim English would expect. We'll see what the Friars have in store for the second half. We'll run through the numbers coming up. 40-29. St. John's with an 11-point lead after the break. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball. Oh my God.
Please welcome to the court your deputy
Yeah, I don't get it.
of your
I don't get it at all, but he's...
Give it up for Under Construction!
All right, fans, please direct your attention to the court for our halftime scrimmage. We've got St. Sebastian taking the court. Thank you for John's basketball.
That really was one of the signature plays of the entire first half here at Madison Square Garden, because I think Devin Carter only came back into the game for maybe a minute or two after that and spent much of the last portion of the half, certainly the entire last after the last timeout, on the bench, because he kind of touched himself on that play. He ends up in the first half leading the Friars, actually not leading, but he did have 8 points. Nevertheless, that's a big factor. The Friars trailed by 11 here at halftime.
Take a lot of hits out there from the back of the defense, rebounds, and playing the best player on the opposition.
Fans, draft 195, 1 to the book of scratch on the visitors. In the second half, Devin Mays 2 free throws in a single trip to the foul line. All fans with free tries with any order at press 195.
The best player on the opposition, and they're the leading scorer too. So that's the Romans work out there on all over the floor. You need to get some help offensively for sure, but defensively, the Friars weren't as good as they normally are.
No.
They got beat out off the dribble, which you don't see that very often. And then freshman, they got over the wall. That's going to be a better job defensively. Freshman, better year in the Ivy League last year at 10. 50th senior, he got his own way against the Wild, and he was 4 for 6. There's 9 points in the game. This St. John's team, they have a lot of weapons, and they all look at the score. Everybody's got the game right, so they have to play good defense.
All right, we got to steal at the top.
They'll be worried about
You going down the court.
Oh,
no. We got the rebound with the knock back in.
I think one of the things we should reiterate here, Joe, is that experience definitely counts. I mean, Soriano, grad student, Jenkins, grad, Ledlam, grad, Dingle, senior, Blaine, grad. So, I mean, Edgefor is a transfer. So, I mean, there's a lot of experience. Conway, a grad transfer as well. So, there's a lot of experience on the floor, usually at all times for St. John's. They had the luxury, maybe, of keeping Soriano off for a while.
Yeah, he didn't play. He played like 13.
Oh, we got another student at the top of the feet. Almost.
Three teams tries to play. Not all seniors and grad seniors. This team here has all the grad seniors that you just mentioned. Great is one of all seniors as well.
So another steal. Jeremy with the quick hands. And the cross and the almost with the legs. Back home.
You can't give up 40 points from the defense. Expect your offense to pick up.
Yeah, I cheated the Friars from the defensive side. They're fourth nationally in the defensive efficiency metric coming into the game. They do lead the Big East in field goal defense, and yet St. John's torches them for 57% of the league pass.
You know, St. John's averages 80 points a game, basically. So
All right, we got 3 minutes, fellas. 3 minutes.
they played extremely well. I thought St. John's played great basketball in the first half. They shot it well. They got the spots they wanted to get to. They executed very well. And they rebounded the ball well. So when they did this, they get on the glass.
We're going back together. Oh, good pass, but the wrong teammate. Another steal. Take it all the way in.
Well, the Red Storm scored the first 9 points of the game. Friars pulled within 4. Then they ripped off 11 on Edgewood thereafter. Their largest lead of the half was 15 with 12:58 to go. The Friars were able to pull back within 7 on a couple of occasions, but just couldn't get close to that. We'll have more coming up from Madison Square Garden in a moment. At Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
We got the rebound. We're going back the other way. Ooh. Miguel with the pick. We're coming back. 90 seconds left, fellas. 90 seconds left.
They turned the clock off in here, so it's hard for me to tell how much time we got left in half. 4 ons.
Out of bounds. Hold on.
I guess.
1
They do
minute
a lot of things
remaining.
here that you
1 minute remaining.
terrible.
Oh, good hands. Come on, man. That's Dexter. Go to the cup. There it is. Rocking with another score.
Yep. He's not wrong. On certain nights here, yeah. I mean, it's not good.
All right, we head back to the right. Oh, we're coming back. Stand out for the spin move and the left. Martin with the spin and the left. All right, we got 30 seconds left, fellas. 30 seconds remaining.
Yep.
We got the rebound. Oh, we're staying here though.
Yeah.
Right. Ooh, almost. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is time. That is time. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Zen Sebastian, our halftime scrimmage for tonight. Thank you for your support of St. John's basketball.
Well, now the clock's back. Great. We may have a minute left, Brett. Well, we only may go a minute. The last break's 3, right? And he leads the Friars at halftime, and they need more of that in the second half. John and Joe back at the Garden. Pierre with 12 points. Carter with 8. Friars shot 42%. St. John's were led in the first half by 11 from Danish Jenkins and 9 from Jordan Dingle. Shot 57%.
All about defense. If we can score off our defense, if we can't stop anybody, we're not going to be a very good offensive team. Hopefully the defense will try to pick it up there in the second half.
Defense, perhaps been leading the offense. You got to find a way to first and foremost slow down St. John's.
They slow them down. And they want to speed you up. Once they play that pace, that's why guys take care of that pace. But you know, at some point, maybe slow it down in the half court, play a little bit of zone because they don't have to.
Second half is coming up next from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Also, tonight, we're going to be heavy on small launch.
It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
We'll have Lewis back, Taylor back, which played him, Dunlap back, and Etcher.
Time for the second half.
Fans in the garden, you know what to do. Get up on your feet and make some noise.
John Rooke, Joe Hassett back inside Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Good to see Devin Carter back out on the floor. He will start the second half for the Friars after getting that big screen from Zuby Edger for the first half, getting knocked to the garden floor. Friars down 40-29 on the season. The Friars, when they trail at halftime in a basketball game, are 1-4. Basically in the game with whatever kind of replacement they have to score. You can't be in there just to be a one-way player. Right. St. John's opens up with the ball to start the second half of the home white with the red numerals. They have it basket to our left. Up high with it is Joel Soriano, almost Learfield Soriano. Top of the key, now back left for Brady Dunlap. Dunlap tries to shake off. Duval goes up off balance from 17, missed it in the rebound for Josh Oduro.
By Duval. Tough shot there by Duval.
Carter, quick first step, drives right by his man to lay the ball in, but he gets fouled on the floor before the penetration.
Foul starts for St. John's number 12, RJ Lewis Jr. That's his second, first team foul of the second half.
RJ Lewis picks up his second personal. First on the Red Storm and a half. Friars in the road blacks. Basket to our right here in the second half. Inbound from the baseline. Left wing, Carter. Left sideline, Duval. Shakes, drives baseline. Looks to go up, dumps it back out. Three-pointer on the way is off the back iron. No good, but Duval gets the offensive rebound. At the right elbow, backs it out. Side the three-point strike. Dribbles, drives, lays it up. Too strong. Rebound, Oduro goes back up. Can't get that to go. My goodness gracious. 3-point blank shots won't fall. Two of them layups anyway. Lob down low. Here's Soriano. Wheels around, jump hook up, can't get it, draws a foul. Of course he does. Man, what? You gotta be kidding me.
22, Devin Carter. His first team foul of the second half. Joel Soriano at the line for the Red Storm.
Carter gets called for the foul on Soriano, who goes to the line to shoot two here on that jump hook attempt. And the first shot for Joel Soriano is good on the season. Graduate transfer from Fordham, spent now 3 years at St. John's, 73% from the line, averaging a double-double, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Second shot is good. He's got just 4 in the ball game, but St. John's gets their lead back to 13. Their biggest lead in the first half was 15. Inbounds comes to Pierre. Little token man pressure by St. John's in the backcourt. Friars bring it into the full court right side. Pierre penetrates, draws the defenders. Oduro 1-on-2 in the lane, kicks the ball back. Pierre saves it, going out of bounds. Out front for Carter. Carter penetrates right, goes right to the rim, lays it up and scores.
Kevin Carter.
10 for Carter in the game. Friars again back within 11. But at some point, the defensive stand has to start taking place. On the right sideline, Naheem Lane hands off for Brady Dunlap, underhands it. Danis Jenkins pulls up with a jumper for 15 short. Rebound off to a Lane who gets up the follow. That's no good, and finally the Friars clear it. Up the floor on the break. Here's Carter from the left wing. Drive, scores! And Rick Pitino wants to call a quick 30-second timeout here. We're not even 2 minutes into the second half, and the Friars still down by 9 with 18:07 to go, but the timeout is called. We'll take it as well. From Learfield, this is Providence Friars basketball.
Our platform extends beyond the basketball court, and we will use it to be the change. To champion inclusion and break down barriers.
On our campuses,
And in our communities.
it's more than a game for us.
It's a call to action.
To use our collective voice to make an impact as the student athletes.
To stand up for what is right, and most importantly,
To be the change.
to be the change.
Fans, stay connected to your favorite music with your J-Lab headphones.
That's gonna keep you moving, just like my man DJ Mark is doing right now with the Jayla Headbands game. Let's get
Jamie Montgomery Scott helps Warriors connect their life and their finances. Jamie Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIGC. A little 4-2 mini run if you want to go that far. For the Friars here in the opening minute and 53 seconds of the second half. Rick Pitino to say, all right, guys, we need to reprioritize here.
check out Jayla. All my
St. John's has taken 3 shots against them all in his first minute and a half or so. In the second half, Friars did 2 out of 5. And 42-33 for the Red Storm with 18:07 still to play. St. John's going down the ball. R.J. Lewis will inbound it from the baseline to our right. That's their forecourt here in the second half. Actually, I should say it's not. They've got to go to the left. Backcourt in the second half. Lewis now controls it to the left side against Ticket Gaines. Hands off to Dunlap. Dunlap out front for Danis Jenkins. Comes off a high screen. Cuts to the right in front of his bench on the far side. Now finds Lewis top of the key. Inside pass. Goes to Soriano. Oduro slaps to the floor and it's stolen by Carter. Carter. Absolutely. Carter drives by Jenkins. Right corner. Ticket for 3. Yes!
Offense right there.
Second tray of the game for Ticket Gaines, who's got 8 points, and the Friars are within 6. It's as close as they've been since 9-5 in the first half. Left wing, Lewis crosses over, spins on Gaines, gets into the lanes, knocked away, picked up again. Lewis kicks the ball back out to Jenkins. Now Jenkins scoots to the right, cuts back to the left, pulls up with a 16-foot jumper, bounces. No! Rebound. Foul on the floor first.
I think he's on the corner trying to box.
It is.
Providence All-Stars number 22, Devin Carter. Second team
Two
foul.
fouls on Carter.
Entering the game, the red
Both of
score
them here in
number
the second
35,
half.
Glenn Taylor Jr.
So St. John's will keep it as the Red Storm make a substitution. Glenn Taylor, 6'6" junior, transfer from Oregon State, checks into the game for the first time. Elaine has it on the right side in front of his bench. Deep three is up. No, rebound Carter for the Friars. Here comes Providence. Carter, quick first move, drives down, right corner for Pierre. Out front for Ticket. Now they feed O'Duro on the post. Spins to the inside, goes up short, can't get it. Rebound Carter. Carter tries to go back up with it, and he gets fouled on the play. Foul is called on Glenn Taylor, who just came into the game. He did not. Second team foul on St. John's. Rick Patino makes some more subs here. Lewis comes out. Elaine comes out. Ledlam is back in. And also Dingle is back in. Inbounds comes out to the right wing, into the right corner. Carter for three. Yes! 3-point game, 42-39. Carter has 7 here in the second half. Give and go down the lane for Jenkins. Short! Missed it. Rebound pops up and Soriano puts it home. That's the first field goal in the second half of the Red Storm. In almost 4 minutes, driving Pierre reverse layup it in. He got it around Ledlam.
Good move by Pierre. It's a good three-point shooting, John. It's 42%. You got to get up on him. He can blow by you.
14 for Pierre in the game. It's 44-41. And the chance of Let's Go Friars begin to fill the Garden. Left side now for Jenkins. Jenkins back door out of bounds. Intended for Taylor. It's too wide. A turnover for St. John's. And we get an official timeout on the floor. 15:48 to go. We might have basketball in the Garden after all. St. John's 44, Providence 41. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
St. John's. Get back to our community through the free throws for meals promotion. Every free throw made by a Red Storm player in the 2023-24 men's basketball regular season. Food Bazaar Supermarket will donate $10 in food to St. John's Bread and Life. So far, the team has made 196 free throws, donating $1,960. Keep track of how much money is raised at RedStormSports.com/free throws for meals.
All right, man, this is time for the Heat Gets Us free throw contest. I've got my man Sean and James on the court. They're going to get 30 seconds to make a free throws as they can. Whoever does that first is going over the St. John's flashback, courtesy of Heat Gets Us. I hear the noise in the garden, but let's make some noise for James and Sean. We're getting 30 seconds on the clock. We're going in 3, 2, 1, go! All right. We got some legs. I see Sean over here already putting some buckets. And we're 20 seconds away, fellas. Keep it going. Sean is up early. 15 seconds for halfway there. 10 seconds. Sean is running away with it. Keep it going, my man. 3, 2, 1. That is time. Sean,
The New England laborers are training the workforces today that will build tomorrow. In state of
that you said 10 free throws.
construction skills, knowledge, and experience to start your career and a better tomorrow. L-I-U-M-A. The power. And you can feel the Friars' presence in the Garden here over the last couple of minutes.
Well, they started the second half. We were in St. John's, started the first half.
only 4 points in the first 4 minutes and 12 seconds of the second half.
First 4 minutes of the first half, they were 4 for 5.
Bravo Castro enters the game for the Friars.
Friars inbound the ball. A little full court pressure here by St. John's. Man-on-man pressure. Pierre brings it left to right into the forecourt. Crosses the mid-floor line against Jordan Dingle, the two-time Ivy Player of the Year at Penn. Now Carter comes to the right wing, penetrates, goes by Jenkins, goes right to the rim, got fouled. Oh, now they're going to call a held ball.
No, he's got a foul inside. He said he reached the court.
Yeah, Doug Schaus came in and said it was a jump ball, but now he's overruled him, and a foul is called on Jenkins.
The second,
He
third
got
team
overruled
foul.
on that call by Evan Burrows, so the Friars will get it. Second foul on Jenkins. Inbounds baseline left. In front of the Friar bench to Carter. Carter spins out of trouble. Back out on the perimeter. 15 to shoot. Carter one-on-one with Dingle. Drives to the right. With Jenkins. Now Garway Duval handles it. Crosses over. Goes right by Ledlum. Puts it up. Got fouled. Wow, what a crossover move by Duval. Ledlum had no shot at it. He commits the foul.
His second, fourth team foul.
He brings it back to the right, and then Bayou with those long legs that he gets that first quick step.
Garway Duval at the line for Providence.
Got beat on that play. Duval has to go.
Shooting two.
Well, Duval's only 57% from the free throw line on the season for the freshman. And he needs to hit a couple here, and the first shot is good.
Entering the game for the Reds, score number 12,
Talking about his ability to dish the ball. He's actually third in the Big East in assists and turnovers, so he hasn't really turned it over.
Replacing Glenn Taylor Jr.
Just figuring it out. He's a freshman and he's still learning a lot about the game. Some guys progress a little bit faster than others, but this guy is a player. He's learning a lot of time before he's taking over the game.
Second shot for Garway is good. We got a 1-point game. Dunlap back in the game for St. John's, but the Friars have never led in this one. Inbounds to Soriano. St. John's will bring it right to left into the forecourt with R.J. Lewis. He'll work against Ticket Gaines to the right sideline toward the St. John's bench. Got the dribble. Soriano pops out high to grab the ball against Rafael Castro. Soriano hands off. Jenkins uses him as a screen. Backs it out. Now works to the right. Off to the right wing. Lewis fakes the three. Moves up with a 16-footer. Off the mark. Rebound. Castro. Friars looking for the first lead of the game on this possession. Duval. Right side. Carter tries to get by his man, and Dingle basically body blocks him out of bounds.
Surprisingly good job, especially
St. John's foul starts with number 3, Jordan Dingle. His second, 15th foul.
picking up the foul.
First foul on Dingle. That's 5 now on St. John's in the half with 14:49 still to play, and the Friars will inbound it.
It's hard basketball. When the defense is, they just run back.
Inbounds Carter, catch and shoot, 3 in the corner, off the back iron, it won't stick. Dingle rebounds, up the floor to Jenkins, finds Dunlap, the ball is knocked away, but picked up there, saved by Dingle, and then knocked away and stolen by Castro, reverses up the floor, Carter behind his back, lays it up and in! Holy moly, what a play! Providence leads for the first time!
It's helped the clutter in the showdown.
9 for Carter in the half, 17 for the game. Providence leads for the first time with 14:15 on the clock, 45-44. Right side for Dingle. Dingle turns, looks, feeds the right wing for Soriano. Soriano wants to work inside on Castro, spins to the right, banks it up. No, missed it! Rebound Turner.
Good job by Castro, bottling that shot. Castro 6'11", was able to get his hands up and bottle that shot by Soriano.
Pierre now settles it down, controls it in the mid-floor circle, basket to our right for the Friars, looks for a cutter, drives to the right side, alley-oop, Castro can't get it, just a little too short, and it goes out of bounds. Ball went out of bounds, but they'll say it was touched by Providence, it'll be St. John's ball.
That was a good pass there by Rooke.
Oh. Wow.
Normally, Pierre finds him a lot.
Great minutes by Castro out on the floor.
It would be nice to finish
No kidding. Oduro is back in the game. St. John's with it. Chance to retake the lead on this possession. A ton of time left. 13:38 and counting down. Lewis hands off. Jenkins back to Dunlap. Backdoor. He's already scored. 9 for Dunlap in the game. St. John's back up by 1 at 46-45. Friars with the basketball. Pierre has it mid-floor circle. Rolls right off of a screen. Going to go up for a deep three. Got it partially blocked, but picked up in the corner by Gaines. And Gaines gets fouled in the corner.
Good job by Gaines. Never quit on that ball. He just kept
St. John's foul starts the number 12, Martin Lewis Jr. His third, 6th team foul.
And Lewis picks up his third personal.
Returning for
I
Providence,
think he's going to come out of the game
Carter.
here, but maybe not. Nobody's to the bench. Friars will inbound.
Replaces Duval.
True.
He can call somebody in there, no problem. But defensively, the Friars have got themselves back into this ballgame, making good decisions on the offensive end as well, getting good shots. 6
points in 7 minutes for St. John's is why. Inbounds out front. Pierre, high post, Oduro. Oduro, one dribble to the left. Yeah, he looked for back door, wasn't there. But Pierre now comes to the right side off of the screen. Now he cuts back to the left off of the screen. They switch with Soriano on Pierre defensively. He crosses over, blows right by him, gets the lane, curls up, got the ball blocked there by Soriano. Great defensive play. Lewis now drives the other way, cross step over, put the shot up short, and a foul is called. Carter is called for the foul, and that is his third. And this is going to put R.J. Lewis at the free throw line for St. John's. So 3 on Carter. He has all 3 of the Friar fouls, team foul-wise, here in the second half. And R.J. Lewis will go to line to shoot 2.
Shooting 2.
Shot by Lewis is good. He's got 6 points, 2 or 3 from the foul line. Averaging 11.4 per game, 77% foul shooter. Was on the Atlantic 10 all-rookie team last season at UMass. Has missed 10 games with injuries this year, mostly shin splints. And he hits both free throws, and his team is now back up by 3. They'll run the baseline here. Full court pressure against St. John's. Carter has it in the backcourt. Providence needs to be really careful now. They took the lead, and St. John's has now scored 4 unanswered. Could use an offensive answer here. Carter drives the lane, scoops it up at the hoop, lays it up, won't stick. Rebound Oduro, can't get that to go. Corey Floyd with the offensive rebound. Takes the ball back out to Pierre to keep it alive. Quick pass, Gaines. Left side, Oduro gets in the lane, spins inside. Tries to go up and under, banks it up, won't get it. And finally, cleared by St. John's. And now St. John's 3-point lead in the ball. We're coming up on an even 12 minutes to play. And there's a steal. Carter took it away. Soriano down the length of the floor. He jams it home. 19 for Carter. 11 of it here in the second half. Friars back within 1. Holding it is Jenkins out front. Oduro switches. Comes to the left side, pick and roll down low. They find Soriano and a foul on Oduro. Ouch. That's the second foul on Josh. Team foul 4 on the Flyers, and we have an officials timeout. 11:36 left. St. John's 50, Providence 47. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar basketball.
And to see assistants who spend so many tireless hours trying to help the program succeed, become head coaches, and their families prosper was just a great thing to witness. And seeing young players go on to professional basketball, go on to success, play overseas as well as playing in the NBA, to see them out there on the court makes it very special to me as head coach.
Johnny's Apple Bank is partnering with St. John's to get back to our community through the Free Sport Community promotion. For every three-pointer made by a Red Storm player in the 23-24 regular season, Apple Bank will donate $10 to City Harvest, New York's first and largest food green organization. So far, the team has made 113 three-pointers, donating $1,130. Keep track of how much money is raised at RedStormSports.com/freeze for the community. From Red Storm to Red Bulls, please welcome former St. John's and New York Red Bull soccer player, Carly! A two-time All-Big East selection, played 7 seasons with the Red Bulls before taking over as senior manager of Alumni Player Relations in 2020. Welcome home, Connor.
Milton your Caterpillar equipment dealer for the Northeast, is a proud sponsor of Providence College Athletics. John and Joe at Madison Square Garden, 11:36 on the Garden clock. Red Storm leads the Friars 50-47. Joel Soriano trying to make a three-point play at the line when he gets That's a big key. We talked about it with Kim before the game. He said Friars need to keep their turnover number to 8 or less. They're right at 8 right now with 0 in the second half. Soriano's free throw is good.
Since the urgency of getting
He's
got 9 points. 7 of those have come in the second half. Friars trailed by 4. Trailed by as much as 15 in the first half. We're down 11 at halftime. And took the lead for the first time just a couple of minutes ago. Carter, left side Floyd, and the left wing now for Pierre. Right in front of his bench. He fakes, he drives, he spins inside, dumps it off inside, kicks it off right wing for Gaines. Gaines tried to go up with a shot, comes down with it, got it batted away, and the shot clock goes off.
Red Storm ball.
I was just going to say, somebody had to shoot that ball. And he had an opportunity to shoot. Floyd comes out. Duval checks back in.
Now entering the game.
Again, another crucial moment here for the Friar defense.
Replaces Joel Soriano.
Zuby Ejiofor back into the game for St. John. Red Storm with the ball in a 4-point lead. A dip under 11 minutes to play. Dunlap to the right side for Dingle. Back to Dunlap in front of his bench. Handoff there for Jenkins. Now for Dunlap off the top of the key on the wing. Jenkins gets around Carter. Gives it off to Ejiofor. First basket for Ejiofor in the game. And St. John's now has crept back up by 6. 10.5 to go. Here outside the left elbow. Penetrates, gets into the lane. Stutter steps right. Looks to post up in the lane. Goes up with the fadeaway. Got it blocked by Lewis. Yeah, that's what happened. He's linked on that play. Got to give Pierre credit trying to look for the basket. Backdoor pass again. Ejiofor goes up, got fouled from behind as he got knocked to the floor. Castro gets called for the foul. First foul of the game on Castro. That is now 5 on the Friars in the half. Ejiofor is 68% from the line. He's got 2 shots here, averaging 3.5 points and just over 3 rebounds per game on the season off the bench. Transfer from Kansas, and the first shot is no good. That's the second miss of the night at the line for St. John's. No, he's a sophomore, so he was a freshman last year. So he was recruited after that team beat Providence in the NCAA. Oduro back into the game for Castro. Ejiofor's second shot is on the way, and that one is good. That's a big possession right there. They need to get a score. Friars have only shot and made 1 of their last 8 from the floor. And now we're down 7. Big offensive possession here. Pierre works into the forecourt, far side. Now centers for Dual, who has it at the point. So they'll move Pierre off the ball in an effort maybe to find more offense. Crosses over, pushes off left wing. Gaines brings the dribble back to the center. Dumps it off left side for Dual. Shot clock at 10. Dual now tries to work off of the screen. Hesitates, penetrates, spins in the lane. Dumps it off Oduro. Oduro gets it slotted out of bounds.
Easy does it.
St. John's kept it from going out of bounds. They find Ejiofor, and a hold is called in the post. I think it's on Oduro.
The defense for St. John's
Josh Oduro, I just have him for 3, but they've just announced him with 4 fouls. So they've obviously switched the foul around, and Josh Oduro now in some serious foul trouble, if that is his 4th. Inbounds, baseline left. It's team foul 6, jumper up, and that one was good. Deep shot there by Jenkins. Jenkins gets his 4th tray of the game to fall, and it could not have come at a better time for St. John's. Timeout, Friars with 9:24 to go. St. John's throws a left hook. It's 57-47. 30-second timeout. We'll hold on to it here. But Kim English has called it to talk about it. Friars led 46-45. So it is now, what is that? 12-1? Over the last 4 minutes and 9 seconds. So they have turned up the defense, as you suggested. And we also suggested the Friars had some crucial possessions coming up as well offensively, and they have not been able to capitalize yet. Pierre has it in the forecourt. Comes off a high screen, Dual, right side, looks for penetration, back to Jaden, doesn't get the shot off, gives it out, leaves it to Carter. Carter drives, and Carter got fouled by Lewis again.
St. John's foul starts at number 12, R.J. Lewis Jr.
That's 4 fouls on R.J. Lewis with 9:02 to go.
Providence has entered the single bonus.
And so Carter will go to the line on the 17th foul to shoot a 1-1 and try to stanch some of the bleeding here on this 13-2 St. John's run.
That is Devin Carter. This is Chris Ledlum entering the game. Placing Lewis. Carter awaits.
Ledlum back into the game, replacing Lewis with his 4th foul. Carter front into the 1-1 is good.
This is 1-1. Returning to the right score, number 11, Joel Soriano.
20-point mark this season.
Replaces Suzuki Ejiofor.
Soriano back in there. Carter's second shot around the rim and goes out. Ledlum grabs the rebound. Friars down 9. St. John's with the ball, and we've just dipped under 9 minutes to play here at Madison Square Garden. Danish Jenkins has it. Lobs it right side. Dunlop got up an open three. In and out. No good. Offensive rebound. Soriano got it knocked away, but Ledlum picks it up at the top of the key. Quick pass. Left corner. A lane First tray of the game for a lane, and St. John's back up a dozen. Crucial moment here. Carter tries to answer, can't get the three. Rebound Gaines out to Pierre. Top of the key for Duval. Back to Pierre. Gaines for three. Off the iron, no good from the right wing, and a foul on the floor. And they just called a technical.
Providence foul, 14 points, Floyd Jr.'s first 7th foul. St. John's presented a single bonus. Second foul has been assessed to St. John's number 8, Chris Ledlum, and Providence number 14, Corey Floyd Jr.
So Ledlum turned around and flipped it to Floyd, and Floyd threw it right back at him and hit him in the back.
Floyd's second personal 8th foul.
That's the problem.
Go look at the tape. I mean, that's what the videotape is for, right?
That's the problem. The retaliatory move always gets called, Corey. So Floyd is called for the technical, and we're walking out with Chris Ledlum, who's going to shoot the free throws.
Rafael Castro enters the game for the Flyers. The place was Floyd Jr.
James Biddy's not here. He would have gone to the video. I'm sure he would have straightened this out.
Ledlum in the line.
And
1-1.
He shoots 1-1.
So yeah, they don't shoot it when they both pick up a technical. So it's a 1-1 for Ledlum, and he hits the first one.
the penalties when you're taking offsetting penalties, that's when you have the offsetting technicals.
Correct. Second shot for Ledlum is in and out, no good. Carter grabs the rebound. And the Friars have the ball after the offsetting penalties. Left side, Pierre, right? Penalties. That's what it is, technically. Duval comes off the screen. Give and go. Castro down the lane. Flushes.
Rafael Castro.
First basket of the game for Rafael Castro, 61-50. The time now beginning to become a factor, 7:46 to play. Flyers down 11 after having a 1-point lead here in the second half. Jenkins off the top of the key, rubs off a screen to the right, cuts back to the left with the left hand, leaves it off for Soriano, blocked by Gaines, out of bounds, and it's off of Soriano. What a play by the ticket.
He's very crafty out there with the defensive thing. Good anticipation right there. Watch that shot.
We got an officials timeout, 7:35 remaining. Again, the Friars make another run, down 61-50 from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball.
Give it up for your tennis team, live.
She wanted because she see me in that Avengers door. Get the door. Make a bust out to the Singapore. Definitely on door.
Water, fire, or bullet damage, call Rhode Island Restoration. 414-411-1111. Rhode Island's top choice for property damage, cleanup and repair. Emergency service available 24/7.
Aggressive, 7:35 to go, down by 11. Make sure you get stops. Allow second shot opportunity. That's easier said than done because it's fast. The man inside. I mean, that's 5 fouls on the last possession. Really good job on the initial stop. And Soriano basically playing against guys with 6'5". He was able to get the rebound, throw it out for a 3. So the stops will be there, but the fast have to make sure that that's good. Rebound. They try to push the ball out. Make shots here. Second half, St. John's is 6 for 16 and 40%, 38%. That's overall, 19 for 49 and 38%. Activity has been good. Don't quit on the plays and just have to make some shots. It all comes down to the end of the day.
Carter has a 20-point, 10-rebound double-double already, which will be his 6th double-double of the season. He leads the Friars with his 20. Jaden Pierre has 14. Danish Jenkins has 14 to lead a balanced scoring attack for St. John's.
Everybody who's played for St. John's, Taylor scored.
Friars with the ball into the forecourt to our right with Pierre. 7:25 on the clock, down 11. Carter, right wing, out front Duval, pushes left. Pierre brings the dribble back to the center, now goes back to the left again, out on the perimeter for Gaines. 7 to shoot, hand off there for Carter. Carter has to circle out with 4, with 3, drive to the right with 2, with 1 at the buzzer, lays it up, and it goes in, and he got fouled! Devin Carter!
For the basket. St. John's. Number 5, Davis Jenkins, the third. The 19th foul on the red score.
At the top of the key there and got to the basket. When he gets a step, he's a tough guy to stop him. He has a great leaping ability. He gets to the glass, gets the foul.
And it's Jenkins is called
Devin
for
Carter
his
at line for Providence. 1
Carter will go to
shot.
the line to try to complete 3 the hard way. Bounces, no, missed it. From the free throw line, they are 7 for 13. And they still trail by 9. Out front with it, Naheem Elaine drives to the right on Jaden Pierre. Knocked it away, picks it back up. He's walking. He's moved that pivot foot twice, and then he'll call it. Lob down low, Soriano got it over
Inside help, and Soriano's just too strong.
11 for Soriano in the game, 9 of them here in the half, and back to an 11-point game. Right back where we were a minute ago. Sideways pass, Carter down on the post, tries to fake, kicks it out, top of the key. Pierre moves to the left, fires the 3. Good! 17 for Pierre, and that is a new season high. In fact, it is a new career high for Jaden Pierre. And Rick Pitino calls a timeout for St. John's. So Jaden Pierre with a career high 17 to pull the Friars back with the lead.
Good job on the defensive end. They put down that good patient on the offense.
Jaden's got 1, 2, 3 threes in the game as well. He needed to score. We talked about that. You and I have both talked about it. Three for 4. 6:07 left. Friars have a couple of timeouts remaining. Actually, they have, they have 2 timeouts left. St. John's has just 1 timeout remaining. Providence is in the 1-1 bonus. Next foul will put St. John's at the foul line as well. Top of the key with it is Danish Jenkins. Drives to the right on Oduro out on the perimeter. Now stops, looks, backdoor lob again. They couple down on Soriano. It's in and out. He got slapped out and fouled.
See, Jenkins is such a problem.
Providence number 20.
Carter picked up number 4.
Third is the 19th foul on Friars.
You can't give Jenkins the open 3 because he's been knocking him down all game. So you have to switch and make sure he doesn't take that 3. And then Friars are trying to say, okay, we'll let Soriano roll, but he has a small guy on.
Joel Soriano to the line for the Red Storm.
St. John's is smart. They bring everybody above the
Shooting 2.
ball inside the Soriano, and nobody can come help. And Soriano was able to get fouled.
Soriano 3 for 3 of the foul line tonight. Line drives that one right in, and he certainly has picked up the scoring slack in the second half for St. John's.
He was out in the first half. The team was saving him for the second half.
I guess. He's got 10 second half points, 12 for the game.
It's just a matchup problem. You don't have enough big bodies.
Missed the second shot. Offensive rebound for Nahima Lane on the left wing.
Guys fall asleep on that.
Dunlap puts up the jumper, can't get it, and Oduro grabs it. Here's Carter pushing tempo, bounces, right side ticket, lays it up and in.
Get that finish right there out on the break. Get some easy finishes there at the end of it. You don't have to say it was a half-court defense.
10 for Gaines. Friars back within 7. 5:32 left. Plenty of time. Ledlam out high for St. John's. Top of the key for Joel Soriano. Right wing Jenkins, use him as a screen, drives to the left. Free throw line jumper is up and in.
He's smooth out there on the floor. Use the screen very well. He doesn't worry about taking threes. If you take away the 3, he'll move in the mid-range. Not that big.
That's 16 for Jenkins. Duval drives to the right. He left a lane down on the floor. It slipped and fell. Pierre drives to the left, tries to dump it off right wing. Carter moves to the left, gets into the lane, leans in, kicks the ball back outside. Pierre for 3. Off the back iron, long rebound, chase down, saved by Ledlam in front of the Friar bench. Now we're getting close to crunch time. You're down 9, and there's 4:45 on the clock. And Jenkins, right corner, a lane for 3. Can't get that pocket 3. Offensive rebound, though. Foul is called on St. John's. It's on Ledlam for going over the back.
Ledlam picks up the foul that time. His game is boxing him out.
St. John's foul is charged to number 8. Chris Ledlam is 40. Teams have
4 fouls on Ledlam as well. And Ledlam and Lewis have 4. Jenkins has 3. And as you said, Joe, 10 team fouls give the Friars the double bonus here with 4:39 to go. It's got to happen now, all of it.
7 for 15.
Handling to the line for Providence, 0 ticket game. Shooting 2.
So ticket at the line, 68%, but he's 0 for 1, and now he's 0 for 2. Missed the first one. That's really inexcusable. You'll go in. One more try for Gaines at the line, put it in. 11 for ticket, but the Friars are down 8, 4:38 on the clock. They'll do some pressure in the backcourt. Ledlam inbounds, finds Soriano. And Soriano gives it back to Jenkins, who will bring it up against Carter. Carter playing with 4 fouls. Oduro playing with 4 fouls. Left side for Dunlap, now out front for a lane, standing in the center circle. Got Pierre on him, high post. Finds Soriano with it. Soriano's going to go up for a deep 3. Left it short. Carter with a rebound. Let's see if this is an opening a door. Carter spins into the lane, stumbles, leans in, hands off Oduro, lays it up, got fouled and still can't put it in.
St. John's foul charge to number 11, Joel Soriano is first. Red Storm are over the limit.
I'd like to see that one finish there. Good pass there by Carter.
We'd like to see the 3-point play.
It's too fast for the nobody's playing as hard as Oduro is. He's just having a tough time finishing around the rim.
Joshua Norwell.
Kim English would tell us he struggled with a bad ankle that he injured originally against Seton Hall a week ago. And his free throw here is good. He's been shooting 80% from the free throw line, 82% from the
Jr. replacing Ledlam and Ali.
He doesn't complain about he's not above the rim guy. He uses his body very well, and he gets some little spin moves in there, but he can't push it with that ankle, so he's shredded.
Second shot on the way for Oduro, and that was short arm. Missed it. And it's 66-59. Still a 7-point deficit. Hand off for Dingle, who's back into the game here for St. John's. He drives to the right off of the screen toward his bench on the far side. Now he centers it, stops his dribble, right sideline. Lewis back into the game against Carter. Jab steps, drives to the baseline. They try to post him up here, spins to the outside, goes up with a jumper, can't get it. Offside, Soriano, no good. Rebound, foul is called under the basket.
Providence foul charge number 3, Garway Duval is first.
Garway Duval got that foul?
Providence is over the limit. Ref will be
I didn't even see where that came from. Timeout on the floor with 3:40 to go. I'm not sure where that came from. 66-59. St. John's by 7 from Learfield.
Saturday, January 20th, 490s Day. Red Storm taking on Marquette Golden Eagles at 12 p.m. The first 2,000 fans will receive a retro-themed car packet. For information on tickets and promotions.
How the hell did Garway Duval commit that foul?
Oh, yeah. Man, that's a real good shooter. Good passer.
All right, fans, the hand is up. I'm over here with the St. John's lacrosse team. It is time for the Scout NYC t-shirts on. If you want a t-shirt, what I need you to do right now is get up on your feet, and I need you to make some noise.
SeatGeek has been now the official fan ticket marketplace of the Providence Friars. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, for Friar fans.
Let's go, Travis.
That's the difference in the ball game. Right now, it'll be Joel Soriano going to the foul.
Number 4 in the heat, Malini replaces Brady.
Foul is called on Garway Duval.
Soriano in the last
19th on the Friars here in the half. Soriano going to shoot 2. The first one is good. He has certainly been the difference maker in the second half. 11 of his 13 points have come here in the second half to lead the Red Storm. They're back up by 8 now with 3:40 to go on the clock. Second shot for Soriano is also good.
He's a weapon. First half, he wasn't even a factor. He didn't play a lot, but second half, he's been the guy.
9-point game. Friars got to score just about every time up the floor if they can. Carter fakes the three, penetrates, back out front for Pierre. Now again for Carter on the right wing. Up front for Duval, goes left for Jaden. Pierre works left, finds Soriano on the matchup. Back out front now for Carter. 8 to shoot. Carter goes back left for Jaden. 6 to shoot. He penetrates into the lane, turns around, back out front for Duval with 2, with 1. 3-pointer up. Good! Fairway Duval nails the 3 at the buzzer. Carter steals it under the basket, goes up and scores over Dingle. Defense paying off. Pulls Providence back within 4, 2:49 left. St. John's with the basketball. Jenkins, left side. R.J. Lewis uses the high screen. Cuts to the center. Picked up by Odero. Goes up with a 16-footer. Bang. The Friars find themselves in too many mismatches when they switch defensively. That one cost them down 6. Right corner, Gaines, not an open look, penetrates into the lane, steps through, hands off to Carter, cuts to the right. Down to 10 to shoot, 2:15 to play. Carter steps back, 3-pointer way off. Rebound taken on the floor. Loose and picked up by Jenkins. Long pass into the forecourt. Lewis is down there. Lewis tries to post up inside, can't get it. Rebound tipped, it's out of bounds, and a foul called. I think it's on Pierre.
Providence foul starting to number 1, Jason Pierre. The second Friars are over the limit.
Shot there by Carter. I mean, he had Lewis on Lewis running out at him for the 3. I was trying to get that 3-pointer to go in, but I mean, he's been wearing his St. John's players not going to the basket, but he's probably a little bit tired right now. I mean, he's played a lot of minutes. He's been spectacular in his game. To have that burst this late to get to the basket, probably just settle for that 3 right there.
Pierre's second foul. Team foul 10, so double bonus now for both teams with the last 2:03 to go on the clock. Big free throws coming here for R.J. Lewis. His team up by 2 possessions and 6 points here. Lewis is 3 of 4 from the foul line. St. John's is 11 of 15. Good.
You got to make the last 4 minutes of the game, put a game away, extend your lead. Miss some free throws there, you got a problem. Friars at least 50% from the foul.
10 points for Lewis, averaging 11.4 per game coming in. Red Storm have won 3 straight games and 5 of the last 6 since losing a non-league game to Boston College. Second shot is good for Lewis. They've won 9 of their last 11 overall. Inbounds comes to Pierre, trying to make it 10 out of 12 against the Friars, and they're up by 8, and we get under 2 minutes to play. Pierre finds Carter in the right wing. Not much time to play with here, fellas. Left side for Pierre. Carter off the screen. 3-pointer is up. Got it! Deep! Off the top of the key. He did. That's why you don't see Doug Shaw as much.
A 30-second
timeout then. Kim English uses the timeout with 1:47 to go. That 3-pointer by Carter now gives him 27 points. It is a new career high for Devin on that 3. 27 points, 12 rebounds, his 6th double-double of the season. I would agree. Well, if I'm St. John's, I'm figuring out a way to get it to number 11, Soriano. Friars pressing in the backcourt. They bounce it off of the back of Oduro from the baseline, and it's picked up by Lewis in the backcourt. Driving the lane, left side for Elaine, back out front for Dingle. Dingle, hands off. Danis Jenkins will work on Garway Duval. High screen, rubs off of that to the right side. Backs it out with 6 to shoot, penetrates, kicks it through a lane for 3, left wing, no. Rebound Friars, Carter on the run. They got a 3-on-2. Ticket, drives left, banks it up. It will roll out of the rim. Roduro had the rebound and stolen by Soriano. How does that happen? Josh Soriano can't finish to save his life. Oh, excuse me. Gaines had it first, but then Oduro had the tip in and lost it.
Providence is over the limit.
So the foul is called on Providence. We got to walk it the other way. We'll put Soriano at the free throw line. I would agree. Yep. He can't finish it.
At the line for the Red Storm, number 11, Joel Soriano. Shooting 2.
Okay, that foul was called on Carter, so now we know what that odd foul was. That's his 4th. And Soriano's free throw bounces in and out and back in again. So
those guys made like
4 for Carter, 4 for Oduro, 1:08 to go. And Soriano now with 15 points. 13 of it here in the second half. One more try at the line. No, missed it. Oduro rebounds. 2-possession game, 1:05 left. Duval into the forecourt, has it. High screen set by Gaines, cuts to the left, crosses over, drives on Lewis, throws up the runner, scores. 4-point game, down to 51 seconds. St. John's with the basketball. Dingle has it with the backcourt. Dingle takes it to the right. Holds off. St. John's in no hurry to do anything with it, nor should they be. Dingle up front, left side, and on top of the key, Lewis. Lob down low. Soriano in and out of his hands. A foul. And again, the Friars get caught short-handed in a defensive switch.
They have the switch because all the guys on the floor of the team are able to make threes. So you cannot give up a 3 in this situation. So
Joel Soriano at the line for the Red Storm.
St. John's, to their credit, they back it out and throw it inside the Soriano who has the mismatch.
Soriano misses the free throw. That's his 10th free throw attempt of the half. He has one more try coming here. 7 of 10 from the line of the ball game. 15 points and 7 rebounds. Second shot, good. It's now a 5-point game. 37 seconds left. Friars got to get it up in a hurry. Duval into the forecourt on the right side. A little bit too nonchalant with it. Drives to the left. Outside the 3-point stripe. Looking for Carter. Carter open for 3, right wing. No, he got fouled. The foul is called. It's called on Soriano, who came out late defensively. And Devin will get 3 at the line. 24.7 remaining.
The old Reggie Miller move right there. He took that shot and kicked his legs out. Bite on that. Down the bite. Let's go to the foul line. We had no chance of making that 3. Soriano was right out. He kicked his legs. Finally did.
Devin Carter at the line for Providence, 3 shots.
19 second half points for Devin Carter. And the first free throw is good. They will have to foul unless they can get a steal. Second shot, good. And for Devin, his career high night continues. That gives him 29 points.
Carter, 1 more.
One more try for Carter at the line is on the way. Bounces and comes out. Rebound. Castro is there. Soriano's there. And it's a held ball. Arrow belongs to Providence, Joe.
Castro in the game. He has good leaping ability. He was able to get the ball. Soriano on the loose rebound.
And Kim English utilizes his last timeout with 22.8 seconds left, and the Friars down 3, 74-71. Wow.
You're going to miss a free throw. That was a good time to miss it. Tries to rebound and get tied up. Possession now, we don't really answer to get in situations. The Friars end up with the possession they are. Take a game.
I think, yeah, I think if they've got an opportunity to shoot a three, they will, but it's got to be fast. Otherwise,
I think we set up and try to go for a quick two. And if the defense collapses, which I don't think they're going to give up a three on there, normally the 5 seconds to
so if you're with the team, you let them take the quick two.
take away the three, take the two. This is the ultimate game. Take away the outside shot. Most problems to go to the basket and get a quick two. Or they can take a tough 2 point.
19 on the shot clock, 22.8 on the game clock. Friars get the ball in an alternating possession.
See, the way the game is going, I want to get a quick two if I can get it.
Pierre inbounds from the baseline to the left of the basket. Has nobody to throw to. Lobs it to Carter in the right corner. Elaine is all over it. Pulls the dribble out. They're going for the three now. Down to 11 to shoot, 15 to play. Carter with it, mid-court circle. Drives to the left on the lane, goes right to the basket. Lays it up and in. With 9.8 left, Carter gets the deuce. Friars now have to come up with a steal or a foul. It's a 1-point game.
A holding timeout. It is their final remaining team timeout.
Good job of playing everybody. Great hands. Let him take that layup. Maybe get a steal there. You don't get the steal, you got to fire right away. Give yourself enough time
To shoot a three if they make two free throws. So 9.8 seconds left. Rick Pitino calls the timeout. All timeouts are gone, so nobody has one left on the board. Both teams are in the double bonus. It's 74-73. St. John with that 9.8 left on the clock here at Madison Square Garden. Red Storm led by 15 in the first half, led by 11 at halftime. Friars came storming back to take a 1-point lead. St. John's ripped off another run to go up double digits, and the Friars have come back again. But is there time to finish the job?
91% for the foul line. It's not bad.
He's missed 3 of his last 7. And you know what? He left earlier with a bad left ankle, but he's back out there now. Dunlap is going to inbound the basketball from the baseline. 9.8 seconds left. He runs the baseline. Inbounds comes right away. Back to Dunlap underneath, and they fouled him with with 6.7 left on the clock. Brady Dunlap fouled under the basket.
Providence foul number 1, David Pierre. The third. Providence is over the limit.
That right, and he hasn't went to the ball in bounds, and then gets the ball back, and Fries just collapse on him and let's put him on the foul line. Because the guy, I mean, he might make both of them, but if I look at all the guys on the floor for St. John's,
that's probably
the
the
guy
one.
on the foul line.
So the freshman from New Hall, California, just 5 for 8 from the line of the season. Needs one here, maybe two. First shot is on. No good. It rolls out. Joel Soriano back into the game. Castro out. Floyd out. Oduro is back in. Carter back in. Friars will have an opportunity, Joe, here to win it. If he misses, if he makes it, it's a 2-point game. 6.7 seconds left. Second shot, no good. Rebound. St. John's got it. Lewis pulled it away from Carter on the left wing. Oh my goodness. And Devin Carter just fouled out of the game. He threw Gaines on the floor. Lewis pushed Gaines to the floor, and Carter is called for the foul.
He got away with it. Now he gets to go to the line for 2 shots. I mean, we saw the replay. Look at that replay again. I mean, he had gains.
So the official is actually looking at the monitor.
For what?
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. Are they looking to determine whether or not Carter committed the foul? They're actually not on the floor, so we're watching it from a long distance. Yeah,
this is right here, but this is a full replay right there. Look at him. He's got 2 hands on him. He's pushing him out of the way.
They pushed him out. Gaines falls, and then Carter comes in to try to snare it. But then Carter was called for the foul, I guess, right there. And then we look at the replay. But then Carter's pointing to his teammates and said, how did he get knocked to the floor?
Yeah, look at Gaines got thrown to the floor. And this kid's going to the
floor. To the line for the Red Storm, number 12, R.J. Lewis Jr.
So Lewis goes to the line. Carter has fouled out. That is the call, and that's what we're sticking with. So Lewis has 2 shots at the line and missed the first one. Ball goes wide.
Returning for St. John's, number 3, Jordan Dingle, replacing Dunlap.
So Lewis has one more try to give his team a 2-point lead. Second shot is out of the way, and he got that one. It's 75-73. Friars could win it with a 3. Floyd looks for the inbounds against pressure. Pierre on the right side, drives to the right, crosses to the middle. Deep 3 on the way, short at the buzzer, and St. John's survives. Wow. He had a shot. It was outside the 3-point spread, just to the left of the top of the key. And it just came up short. And St. John's wins their 4th straight game and their 10th in their last 12 games to improve to 12-4. Right now tied for first in the Big East at 4-1 with Seton Hall. Providence loses their 3rd straight for the first time this year. They dropped to 11-5.
David Pierre at 17 on 7-15 shooting, also double figures. He's taking 11 points on 4 of 9 shooting. In victory for the Red Storm, joint leading scorers, Davis Jenkins, 16 points and 8 assists. He shoots 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 5 from downtown over 37 minutes. Joel Soriano scores 14 of his 16 in the second half, 8 of 11 at the free throw line. Also double figures, RJ Lewis Jr., 12 points on 3 of 7 shooting.
Yeah, get outscored 16-11 from the free throw line.
Fans,
Like I said, we
safety,
barely
so
make
that's
50% of the
the
free throws. That's 10 points minimum they got left off the board in a 2-point game.
St. John's and Madison Square Garden. Thank you for attending tonight's game. Please travel carefully and arrive home safe. Have a good night, everybody.
James to the foul line there. As the head.
We'll have our Santander post-game wrap-up. Yep, that's disappointing. Plenty of fight again. Can't argue with the effort. Just got to find a way to get over the hump and get it finished here. 75-73, St. John's with the win. Post-game show is next from Learfield. This is Providence Friar Basketball.
See all the superstars, fancy cars and limousines. Behind the Rockies, under the Everglades. I know you need it, so won't waste more time. I'm in the New York State of mind. It was so easy, day by day. Out of touch with the rhythm and blues. But now I need a little give and take. The New York Times, the daily news. It comes down to reality. It's fine with me, 'cause I bet it's mine. Love has a Chinatown over the riverside. I don't have a reason. That's where it's all behind. I'm in the New York State of mind.
My college roommate was watching it tonight. That's what he said.
Mine was 7 for 12. But
Yeah.
we lose by 2. That's the stats.
Oh, Jesus.
It was so easy, day by day. Out of touch with the rhythm and blues. But now I need a little give and take. New York Times, the daily news. Whoa. Come down to reality.
That was really the crucial play right in crunch time at the end. You can certainly, I guess, perhaps suggest that the call was not an accurate one, and maybe I'm being judicious here, but nevertheless, the result was R.J. Lewis ended up with the rebound off of the free throw miss, got fouled by Devin Carter, who really didn't look like he made contact at all on Lewis, and Carter, on a spectacular night otherwise, fouls out of the game. And it left Jaden Pierre with an opportunity to win it at the buzzer. It just came up a little bit short. And St. John's holds on to win 75-73 here at Madison.
That last one, I didn't see it visually when I saw it. But, most guys do what they're supposed to do. Connor in the game is supposed to pinch the guy in the foul line. Who's in between you. One steps in front, the other guy steps his leg across the way. He has to run you over to get the rebound. That's called a pinch. You're boxing him out, but you're not allowing him to get any leverage because two guys are taking one guy. You don't have to worry about one guy boxing him. You got two guys doing that. And they did exactly what they were supposed to do. But when a guy comes in there and blows both guys out of the way and knocks one guy down on the ground with a forearm in the back, I mean, you can't stop that. So the official just followed his whistle there. Matt Potter on the baseline there. I mean, you've got to call the foul. That should have been a foul.
And should have been
Lewis.
Gaines shooting on the other end.
Been on the other end shooting free throws. If you had a big time official doing the game, he might have called that foul. I mean, that would have been a tough call to make, but it was a foul. I mean, that's the play. I mean, that was called in the first half. That's definitely a foul. He knocked two guys on the floor, and he ends up with the rebound. That should have been a foul in that play. But Friars still had a good look to make a 3-pointer to maybe win the ball game, but it shouldn't have come down to that. They had the right guy. They pushed all the right buttons there. They put Dunlop on the line. I'm surprised Rick Pitino put him in the game. He hadn't played the whole second half. He's a bad ankle, and he puts him in the game, and he gets fouled, and he's the worst free throw shooter of all the guys playing. He's 62%. He was 5 for 8 on the year. He misses both free throws, but Lewis gets away with a foul right there and gets himself on the line, makes one of them.
Well, the story of this one really was, the opportunities that the Friars had at the foul line. They didn't really complete it. There was also some shooting issues in the first half especially, and not only the Friars being cold, but St. John's being hot to start the game. And then in the second half, the defense picked it up tremendously, and then the St. John's found just enough offenses. I think the Friars found themselves a little bit outmanned, maybe undermanned, a little tired at times. St. John's ended up with almost a double-digit lead late before the Friars made one final push.
Yeah, I mean, the Friars, I'm impressed with what they are doing. The last couple of games, they lost the games, but they had a chance to win the game. They don't have any size. I mean, you just have Oduro inside there, and you basically have guards and small forward. I mean, they get after it on the defensive end. They're quick to the ball, and they're battling on the glass. They tied up the rebounding battle right now. The rebound was 33-33.
Right.
I mean, against a team that's a good rebounding team. So the Friars hung in there on the boards. They just, I think as a player, you're going to play a lot of minutes. Devin Carter's just doing ridiculous numbers out here. And he's just been terrific. He had 13 rebounds in the ball game with all the points. He had 31 points. He had Pierre busting out, shooting threes. He was 3 for 6. He ends up with 17. He needs to score more. I think they executed extremely well when they had to. But what killed him was on the foul line. As great as Devin Carter was, he was 7 for 12 from the foul line. You lose by 2 points. The Friars were 11 for 21 for the game from the foul line. You lose by 2 points. I mean, you do all the tough work, playing defense, rebounding the ball, hitting big shots. You go to the foul line, there's nobody on you. All you have to do is make 2 in a row, and you shoot 50%. I mean, how are you going to win a 2-point game on the road if you can't make free throws?
The answer to that is you don't. So St. John's scored the first 9 points of this game. Friars pulled within 9-5, and then St. John's ripped off another 11-0 run, had a 20-5 lead in the first half. 15-point lead was their largest of the game. They settled in with an 11-point lead at halftime at 40-29. Friar defense was almost non-existent in the first half. In the second half, well, let's just say it was a tale of two halves, because in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half, the Friars outscored St. John's 16-4 to take their one and only lead of the game, Joe, at 45-44 with 14:30 to go. Defense got them back in it.
Well, that's Kim English teaches defense. And you mentioned before the game they're 4th in the country in KenPom, whatever that is, defensive efficiency.
Right.
And that's, you think about the size they have, and they're playing that tough defense. and they would get themselves back into the game. St. John's came out and shot the lights out. They shot 72% in the first 4 minutes of the ball game, knocking everything down. And this is a deep St. John's team. This is a very good St. John's team. And you already mentioned, John, they got all 50th seniors on this team. But Lewis made the big play at the end. He got away with a foul, but he's the transfer from UMass, who's a young guy. Dunlap's a freshman. So they got some guys who contributed in this game. But Patino had basically all his 50th seniors on the floor in the last 5 minutes of this ball game. And they were able to seal the game.
Yeah, and when the Friars took that lead at 45-44, that was a crucial point of the game. And St. John's, as those seniors came back in the lineup, ripped off a 13-2 run on Providence, and they took a 57-47 lead. Their largest actually was 60-48 the lead with 8:40 to go. So that run from that point for St. John's was 16-3 over the Friars over a 6-minute span. And that really kind of turned the game back on its heels towards St. John's.
Yeah, Friars made a big run and spent a lot of energy to get the lead in the ball game, and then St. John's answered it. I mean, if St. John's, maybe still had a little lull there, and the Friars get a bigger lead in the ball game, might have been a little bit different there. But it was a great game to watch. I mean, I'm proud of the way that Friars played. I mean, they battled back and hung in this game, had a chance to win the game. But, the last minute of that game, that kind of hurt them.
The run was officially 17-3 for St. John's over a span of 6 minutes and 15 seconds. St. John's had a 61-48 lead, 13-point margin with 8:15 to go. But from that point, Joe, that's when the Friar defense showed that it had a little bit left in them. They were able to get the margin quickly down to 8 in 2.5 minutes, down to 63-55. Then they were able to close down within 7 with 4 minutes to go. They got it to 6 with 3 minutes to go. They got it down to 4 with just under 3 minutes to go after a layup by Devin Carter. Got the steal, remember, off of the inbounds pass from St. John's with 2:59 to go on the clock. So they had it down to 4. St. John's then had that lead back up to as much as 8. It was 72-64 Johnnies with 2:03 left. In that last 2 minutes and 3 seconds, Providence ended up outscoring St. John's 9-3 and almost came away with it.
Almost did. I'm getting some texts too about the last play that people watched on television and said that Ticket Gators got absolutely mugged.
Oh, he did. We saw it. We've been sitting here talking about it.
I saw the miss, and I wasn't looking at the activity underneath. And then when you saw the replay, I was like, oh my God.
He got mugged. Lewis absolutely threw him out of the club. I mean, to use the Rob Gronkowski phrase, he threw him out of the club.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, Ticket Gators just didn't fall down. He got thrown down. I mean, it's just the official had no stones to make that call, and he just didn't do it right in front of the St. John's bench, and he didn't have the guts to call it.
Well, Red Storm win it on their home floor here at Madison Square Garden by 2. We'll continue with the Santander postgame wrap-up coming up next from Learfield. This is Providence Friar basketball. Grabbed his jersey and threw him to the floor. He's right. Ticket absolutely mugged. Yeah, he's right. We saw it. I'm not sure if we're going to get anything from him or not, Gary, so.
Okay, thanks, Mike. And you have yourself a good evening, and we'll take a look at our next game that's on the way. You're listening to St. John's Basketball.
Yeah. Carter got his career high in points and tied his career high in rebounds.
Yeah. Put this on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, that was awful.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, here's the box. Wow.
And our next game will take place Saturday afternoon in Omaha. St. John's takes on the Breakthrough Blue Jays. Our network pregame show will begin at 12:40 Eastern Time, and the tip will be after the game. You can check the game on the St. John's Sports Network via the Varsity Network app, RedStormSports.com, the Red Storm Sports mobile app, SiriusXM app, SiriusXM 387, and of course, in Radio Now. So Mike Collins and Chris Manikowski and Joe Parisi, this is John Nicholas saying so long from Madison Square Garden. And this is a victory for St. John's today as they hold off Providence 75-7.
Yeah, Jaden Pierre, Joe and I have been talking about it quite a bit. In the absence of Bryce Hopkins especially, he's got to be more aggressive and looking for a shot. He did that, got a career high tonight, even though they could use it a little bit more, couldn't they?
Well, he played a solid game. I mean, he didn't rush anything. He didn't take bad shots. He had good looks. Had to look at the end there to make a three-pointer to win the game. But, you know, I thought he's getting into more thinking about shooting his shot. And he's a good shooter. I mean, we mentioned already, he shoots 42% from three. He shot over 50% last year from three-point range. So when you have a guy who can shoot the ball like that, you want him taking shots.
Did the Friars get any closer, though, tonight, maybe to kind of figuring out this rotation? Maybe they're better with Duval handling the point and Pierre moving over to the two.
Well, you'll see more and more of that. I mean, you know, you're still going to have the Friars are going to have 7 guys that they're going to play. And,
yeah.
You know, Corey Floyd's going to be in the mix, and he's really struggled all year long, but I think he will get better. But, I mean, Duval's confidence is starting to pick up now because he knows he's going to play more minutes, and he's terrific out there at the point. So you can take Jaden off the point a little bit, let him come off some screens, and he can look to score. And you don't have to handle the ball and run the team all the time. So that's nice to have 2 point guards as good as those 2 guys are.
All right, let's take a quick look at the numbers here as we continue with the Santander postgame wrap-up in a 75-73 final for St. John's in this one here at the Garden. Red Storm led by 16 points apiece from Joel Soriano, who had 14 of his 16 in the second half, also had 7 rebounds, and 16 from Danis Jenkins, who had 11 of his 16 in the first half, but he had 4 big threes. Jenkins can definitely play. We got our first look at him and not disappointed, or at least not surprised by what we saw.
Yeah, Jenkins was a good player. I mean, there's no question about it. He had most of his points, though, in the first half, but he knocked down some threes. He's got great range. He's got NBA range, 4 for 5 from out there. But Carter did a good job on him in the second half of holding him down a little bit. But Jenkins wasn't able to hold Carter down as he went off on the offensive end.
He had 12 points as well from R.J. Lewis, the UMass transfer, sophomore, 3 of 7 from the floor, 6 of 8 from the line. Also had 8 rebounds to lead the Red Storm in rebounding, and the 8th rebound was the biggest one of the game when I don't know any other way to put it. He shoved Dickie Gaines out of the way and got the ball. There was no foul call, and instead he got fouled by Devin Carter, who fouled out.
That's the way you put it. I mean, I thought he was fouled. I thought the official didn't. He just missed that call. It's an obvious foul right there, but he didn't want to call it. It's a tough time in the game to call one of those plays, but you know, when you hit a guy in the forearm, throw him on the ground. But hey, he got away with it. He put the onus on the official, and Lewis gets to the line.
Dunlap had 9 points. The freshman who got the start had 7 of his 9 in the first half, turned an ankle in the second half, but came back into the game, missed 2 huge free throws to give the Friars an opportunity to steal it at the end. 5 points for Naheem Alain, who was 2 of 9 from the floor, but he hit a huge 3 in the second half as the Friars were making a run. Got 9 points from Jordan Dingle, 3 from Chris Ledlam, 3 from Zuby Ejiofor, and 2 from Simeon Wilcher. St. John shot 26 of 54. So they were over 50% before most of the game. They ended up shooting 48% tonight. 7 of 18 from 3 for St. John's. That's 39%. Those numbers are both above their averages. And then they were 16 of 25 from the free throw line. That's just 64%. So it almost came back to bite them there. Rebounding was dead even between the two sides, 33-33. It's a good job by Providence to rally in that regard.
Well, you know, and 13 of those rebounds for the Friars were offensive rebounds, and that's just work. You know, you're usually not in
position to get an offensive rebound, but they get on the glass and they have to beat their man of the glass when the shot goes up. So that's a lot of effort to get those offensive rebounds.
Friars forced 13 turnovers and scored 19 points off of the 13 St. John's turnovers. 3 in double figures for the Friars, and what a night for Devin Carter. A career-high 31 points. He also had a career-high tying 13 rebounds, his 6th double-double of the year, the 7th of his college career.
4 steals. I mean, he was just terrific out there, and he was very patient. You know, he made some good plays at both ends of the floor. He's, you know, on defense, a lot of times you don't notice. It doesn't show up in the stats, but he's always in the passing lanes, disrupting the offense of the opposition. And on offensively, he was just terrific today.
Another career high night as well for Jaden Pierce, we mentioned, with 17 points, besting the 16 he had against Milwaukee and against Columbia and TCU last year. So 17 for Jaden with a rebound and 5 assists in the game. The other Friar in double figures was Devontae Ticket Gaines with 11 points. Ticket had 6 of those 11 in the second half, including a big 3. Josh Oduro struggled again, 5 points, did have 9 rebounds, but just 2 for 8 shooting the ball, 1 or 2 from the line.
Yeah, Josh has been struggling. He's had that bad ankle, and he's been struggling finishing at the rim. But his body was out there doing a good job of keeping people off the glass. But how about Ticket Gaines, John? He played all 40 minutes in that game. Never came out of the game.
Did not come out.
You know, he's 6'6", and he's not the biggest guy in the world. And he was in there. He has to play the power forward position. He plays all 40 minutes in that game. I mean, you got to love him. And he gets blown out at the end there. That should have been a foul. He should have gone to the line to win the game.
Corey Floyd started, played just shy of 10 minutes, no points, 2 rebounds, missed his only 2 shots. Garway Duval, 7 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, just 1 turnover in his 32 minutes of time after injuring his shoulder at Creighton last weekend. Rafael Castro, I thought, gave a pretty important 8 minutes, 2 points, 2 boards. Rich Barron played 4 scoreless minutes. Friars shot 27 of 61 for the game. That's 44%. They end up 8 for 23 from 3 at 35%, which is right on their average. But 11 for 21 from the free throw line, Joe, at 52%. That's the story of the game, really.
Yeah, that kills them right there. I mean, they made a great run back. And you get yourself to the foul line, and you got to make the free throws. And, you can't shoot 50% from the line.
Just 10 turnovers in the game. Kim English said before the game he wants to keep turnovers to 8 or less. They had 8 at halftime, only 2 in the second half. Certainly was a big factor. Friars also outscored St. John's and Joel Soriano in the paint, 34-22.
Yeah, I mean, they were getting to the basket. St. John's wants to take away that three-point shot, as most teams do. The Friars didn't settle for it. They went to the basket when they had opportunities, and they were finishing at the rim.
The announced crowd here in the Garden was 11,832 at MSG here in Midtown Manhattan. And the Friars, unfortunately, drop a toughie on the road, but they're all going to be tough from here on out.
Oh, yeah, every game is going to be a battle like this. You just hope the Friars don't get worn out. I mean, you like to have a couple of days off. They got to get back and get ready to play Xavier on Saturday afternoon.
Got to win them at home, and you lost the last one to Seton Hall, so it's time to get busy at home and make up some ground. A final timeout to take. We'll wrap up our Santander postgame show coming up next. From Learfield, this is Providence Friar Basketball. Sorry for the sticky here, Gary.
Oh, no worries.
Right in front of you, but sometimes you get so close to the forest you can't see the trees.
Yeah, we couldn't see the trees on the last play either.
Nope. Would have to probably agree with that. But Devin
Must
Carter.
Be a lot of trees out there they haven't seen. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, Joe. I know. But Devin Carter, without a doubt, he is our Audi Warwick outstanding performance of the game with a career high 31 and 13 here.
Yeah, he was terrific. I mean, he's fun to watch. He's a highlight film out there, but played smart basketball. I mean, the team played well enough to win this game, and you got to be happy with the effort that they're giving every night. And this eventually is going to turn into a win. Hopefully, they can turn it around on Saturday.
Two other games of the Big East Conference tonight. Right now, fourth-ranked UConn on the road at Xavier, and the Huskies lead 33-27 over the Musketeers with 4:53 to go in the first half. And Butler playing at 11th-ranked Marquette. That game just underway a short while ago. Marquette at home at Five-Serve Forum in Milwaukee. They have an early 7-2 lead over the Bulldogs. What this 75-73 win for St. John's will do is put St. John's right now in a tie for first in the league with Seton Hall at 4-1. UConn, if they win at Xavier tonight, would also move to 4-1. And St. John's right there, Seton Hall, UConn to 4-1, Villanova a half step back at 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, the standings are kind of filtering themselves in right now. The Friars are off to a good start at 2-0, and the loss at home to Seton Hall kind of set them back a little bit. But it's going to be a long grind all year, and you have to win your home games. And, Friars have played tough the last two road games, didn't get a W out of it, but if they continue to play like this, they're going to start.
Well, that kind of intensity and that kind of effort, it will turn around somewhere.
Well, Kim English is a very good coach because he starts with defense. He said, I don't care how many bodies we have. We go out and stop people. It's going to give us a chance to win. And that's what he's been preaching. And that the last two games, they've had a chance to win. So eventually that's going to turn around and get them some W's when they're at home.
All right. Our thanks to studio producer Brett Ferruccio and Gary Jeffries, our engineer here in New York. Always good to see our friend Gary, and a job well done. For my partner, Joe Hassett, I'm John Rooke. Again, our final score is St. John's 75 and Providence 73. The Friars will get Xavier at home at the AMP, and that game is Saturday afternoon. It's a 2:00 tip. We'll have the broadcast right here on News Talk 99.7 and AM 630 WPRO beginning at 1:40. Friars need to guard the yard at home. It starts Saturday against the Musketeers. Until then, so long, everybody.
I'm getting texts from. Come on, man.
Thanks, Brett. Yeah, man.
All right. We'll see you, Johnny.
Hey, brothers.